listening to the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast.
What smells so bad?
It's strong, but you'll get used to it. Now, here are your hosts, Nick Stevenson and Naomi Richardson.
What it do, ladies and gentlemen? It is that time again, whatever time of day it is, wherever you may be listening in the world. Welcome to episode 49 of the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast. Coming to you from the Stephen Terry Pest Elimination Studio in Deer Park, Texas. The whole crew is in the building. I am your gracious and humble host, Nick Stevenson. Naomi Richardson, what's on? What's going on?
Hey.
Howdy, howdy.
So glad you're here. Christopher Kahn is
Josh Beard
sitting
snuck
next
in a
to
penis.
Penis. He
Ooh,
loves the sound drops.
that.
You know it's a Josh Beard production
Exactly.
when there's sound drops.
When there's-
And so Josh is behind the ones and twos. We're
What we
actually
do.
all sitting in the studio at the same time, and we've been heavily debating whether we were finally going to talk about critical race theory, and I've been overruled. See, this is not.
It's not that you've been over. No, yeah,
It's
you're definitely
not.
overruled.
I was overruled. It's fine. This is not a dictatorship. You know,
We need
this is a
equal
democracy.
representation.
I don't know. We fought pretty hard on these mic positions, so
Oh my god.
Dude, no, that's not even true. Like, it bothered me, but you guys got
I
your
really
way.
thought you were going to cancel the rest of the season after me and him started
Nah, you
messing
guys
with
got
him.
your way.
And they look better.
That's debatable.
I think he
but
still thinks that's
They look
debatable.
better.
Something
that's
still hurts his
debatable.
feelings.
But, you know, I like that I can look Naomi in the eyes. That's a plus.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, she actually has to
I'm
be
glad
there
I
so
can
you can
see
see
you.
her in the eyes.
But yeah, so I mean, we're all back. It's good. It's good to see you guys, man. Season 3's been a little bit of a struggle. I blame Chris Clark because it just got off on a really difficult foot.
Man, I blame.
At some point, we got to stop blaming him.
No.
Right? We got to let that go.
I don't blame him at all. Chris, you are all good, bro. All right.
That was so 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, plus, like,
Has that bun 3
most of the
months ago?
season is during the summertime. Y'all got shit to do, yo.
It's 2020
That's
to
true.
2021. It's fucked up for everybody.
Yeah, there's some residual bullshit from 2020 that we're still dealing with.
Absolutely.
And you know, you make a fine point about summertime podcasting. You know, we're still we're not even 50 episodes in, man. We're still trying to figure this thing out. I'm just glad I haven't quit yet.
Speaking of 50,
We're getting close.
We got that's next episode, isn't it?
Yes.
So what are we going to do?
We should interview 50 Cent.
Yeah.
I'll make the phone call.
Go ahead.
See if we
Get him,
All right,
get
we'll
him
have
on
to
the
think
phone.
of some things.
if we can't get 50 Cent, we will invite somebody who's 50 years old to be our guest. How about that?
Oh, God.
No. Okay, how about we do
Smells
a top
like
50?
old age
Let's do
spirit.
a top 50 list of something.
I was just thinking that, but
Top
top
50?
50, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. It's a lot. That takes a little bit of homework.
Oh,
a
God.
lot of
How about a
homework.
top 50?
I don't have enough Ritalin
A
for
top
that
50
research.
movies.
How about I will stick 50 M&Ms in my mouth and sing
Ooh.
No, marshmallows.
Are you going to put it on your
50
Instagram?
marshmallows.
Which Instagram is it going to go on?
all of them.
Ooh.
The va-va-voom. Yeah, we could do like Chubby Bunny. Who can get 50 marshmallows?
That's a good idea.
I
Got it.
don't know, man. I just, like I said, I'm glad we're still plugging along. It's every time we're sitting here, I have a good time with you guys, and we'll get some things figured out.
know.
Maybe summertime podcasting isn't the best. I'll tell you what, it'd be a lot cooler in here if we weren't recording
I will tell you
in
this,
the
though.
summertime.
Since this is the first time in a while, since all four of us are actually in here, this is actually a really great feeling.
It's a great
to have
feeling. I love
everybody
it.
back in here.
I'm feeling good.
Is that my teenagers being loud in the background?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't hear anything.
They cleaned up that clean
They're
bathroom.
so excited they cleaned the bathroom, so they're like shouting down the hallway.
Pull the curtain back. Whenever my esteemed colleagues here come over, I pray to God that my kid's bathroom is clean.
Esteemed,
Because
I
I'm
like that.
mortified anytime they go in there and there's like drawers hanging from the light fixture. It really pisses me off. I didn't peek in there today, and apparently Josh tells me they left it. a
You
complete
said it's a
mess.
joke, but there literally was underwear hanging from the light fixture.
Man, we're keeping it real over here.
Oh, I hope I embarrassed the shit out of them. Whose drawers was it? Could you tell?
Nick, I didn't look at it. All I saw was brown stain, so I went ahead and stepped away from it.
Oh, that could be either one of them. That could be either one of them. My first guess is Maddie on that one.
Ooh,
But anywho. But no, I'm glad you guys are here. So since I got overruled on that, we decided let's just bullshit about a bunch of different things. I wrote down some stuff. We were talking about celebrities we think are guilty or not guilty. We started talking about movies again. What was the other thing? Everything I wanted to talk about was controversial. I want to talk about critical race theory. I want to talk about the Me Too movement. And just stuff that will get us canceled, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's just
Take a chance. And everybody's like, no, let's not get canceled today. It's been a hard
today.
It's
Not today.
It's been a rough enough go.
Maybe
in season
episode 51. Let's make it a 50.
Yeah, and then try to get
51 will
canceled.
just piss
Downhill.
everybody
We'll
off.
try to
from
get
there.
canceled. Okay. I think we need to get we lost our residential redneck when Chris Clark left.
Residential. Why don't we get him on at least one more
I
time?
thought Josh
No, we're
was
gonna
a
bring it back.
residential redneck with that camo shirt.
Dude,
Yeah, man, but we need
I got
we
boots
need
on
like
over there.
I want somebody who stormed the Capitol. We need to get somebody in here.
Well, you better hurry up because they're all getting
they're all
arrested.
going to jail
So
now.
I feel really bad. So my dad sent me a message the other day.
that he was
and
going to storm the
He's
Capitol.
going to jail?
If you know my dad, you know he would not be at the Capitol.
Yeah.
He sent me a text message and it was like, family of 6 has been arrested for their involvement in the and if you read the story, all their last names are Munn. That is my mom's maiden name.
Right.
Is Munn. And so I'm sitting there and I got done reading it and I was like we joke.
You got some kinfolk who
And I was
stormed the
like,
Capitol?
we joke, and I was like, so I called my mom, and I was like, so do we know Crystal Munn or such and such Munn? That's not us. That's not us. I was like, thank
I think we need a 23
God.
to decide.
I want to do that so bad.
Speaking of
Me too.
23 and me, yeah. That. You see that one dude who sent in a DNA sample of a lizard or some shit? And they came back with as if it was human.
No way.
Swear to God, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
So it's 23andMe's
like
a bunch
this
of-
percent. Yeah, they think it's all bullshit.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, in 23% Eastern European, 17% South African.
But what if that's where his lizard ancestors came from?
Well, then it should have came up hey, this is a lizard. You would think a fucking
So
DNA test would be
23andMe
yo, you
is a complete scam.
yeah, you would think they would come back yo, you fucking with us or what? But no.
I think that the
No.
Smells Like Middle Aged Spirit podcast needs to investigate this.
Dude, we
Yeah.
should,
Let's
I say
all
we
do
pool,
one.
we pool our resources. And what do? You spit in a cup?
Yeah.
Something like that.
How do you get the lizard to spit?
You just stick a Q-tip inside of his mouth. I think it was definitely an animal. I'm almost positive it was a lizard
It's most definitely an
let's
animal.
go to the research.
or a reptile. I
If
don't
you
know.
stick a Q-tip in a lizard's mouth, it's gonna die.
No,
What
it
kind of
won't.
lizard? Was it a
No, it
big
won't.
lizard or like a little?
It might have been like an
gecko?
iguana.
Oh, okay.
It's a lizard.
I thought
I'm
you have to
looking on it.
spit in a cup. I didn't know it was a
You do.
slob.
What you got,
Man sends
Shoot.
lizard saliva.
There you go. I was
to
right.
23andMe for DNA testing. Now, and not
Is
con
this on
defense.
Snopes?
No, and not con defense. It is on Reddit. So we all know that Reddit is a great source.
I love
of-
Reddit.
I saw it on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Fair and balanced.
So-
TikTok. No, okay.
I'm gonna go ahead. And
That was
keep
that.
going through this, see
If
I can
nobody
find-
saw my post I made the other day, where it
While you're
spent
looking that
3
up,
hours.
while you're looking that up, can you multitask, man? Let's go ahead and get Naomi's headlines.
Let's get
in
those
here.
headlines.
Yeah.
Headlines.
All right, y'all. So good to be back here. Let's get these headlines going. Yeah.
Woo!
Does your family have a unique legacy? What about catching record-breaking sharks? A Texas City angler and his brothers recently caught a giant 12-foot tiger shark, weighing it at a whopping 1,004 pounds, similar to the bar his dad had set 30 years ago when he caught a 1,000-pound tiger shark, winning first place in the tournament. The brothers have been trying to beat Dad's record ever since, doing so now by a mere 4 pounds. This was caught off the coast in Texas City. So,
That
Yeah.
guy will have a statue built as the greatest Texas Cityan.
Wow.
How do you say Texas Cityan?
Texas City.
Texas
Texas
Cityite?
Cityer?
Texas Cityite. I like Cityite.
I like Cityite better.
That's-
Cityite
better.
sounds like a stone.
Texas Sudian. No?
Sudian. Texas Cityite.
Moving on, boys. If you're looking for an end of summer family fun day, the crowd should be pretty thin over in spring. Over 100 people were treated after a chemical leak at Six Flags Hurricane Harbor Splashtown. Investigators believe the leak was some sort of mixture of bleach and sulfuric acid. So
Damn.
let's keep death off of the summer
in the
list.
kiddie pool?
Yes.
That's one way to get rid of kids.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Investigators believe the leak was started off in the kiddie pool when a lifeguard became sick. Shortly thereafter, more people became sick, including children. People were complaining of their skin burning. They couldn't breathe.
Somebody's about to get broke off.
Yeah.
Man, I wish my kids were in that pool.
You're terrible.
I mean, he'll be rich, so who gives a fuck, right?
They lived. They didn't die, right?
But everyone is alive and doing well.
And their parents about to get broke off.
And it did send one lady into labor.
What?
Yeah, so that'll be great.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great story at the.
Way to go, Splash Town. We almost went there too, like last week.
Yeah, we were planning on going too.
We almost went there.
Yeah.
This is why you don't cancel your plans.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you could have been rich.
Could have been.
In local news, Mayor Jerry Mouton, who has been the mayor of Deer Park since 2013, recently announced his running for Harris County Commissioner Precinct 2 in elections to take place next year. The county commissioner is responsible for roads and bridges within their precinct and makes policy-making budget decisions. We wish him the best of luck.
Should have ran for Pasadena.
He has done really, really well. I think
No, Jerry Mouton's a very good mayor.
Yes.
I
like
can
him.
say that. I
he's
like
done
him.
great things for our city and this area in general.
And I love you. We love you guys, Pasadena. Just saying. Like, name a Deer Park road that you think needs to be fixed right now.
Conspiracy.
I can't think of one.
After 35 years, Houston Raceway Park in Baytown, formerly known as Royal Purple Raceway, will close down following the 2022 NHRA event. The Houston Raceway hosted its first national event in 1988, when I was 3 years old. Since then, the Raceway has been the site of many special moments, including victories for a pair of future multi-time world champions. The new property owners will repurpose the drag racing complex into an industrial business park.
Because we need more industrial business
So
parks.
that gives us all something to look forward to in the year 2022.
fuck?
I mean, as if we don't have enough fun
was
stuff
just-
to do on this side of town anyways.
Have you already seen Fairmont? Like,
Have you seen LaPorte? It's nothing but warehouses. I fucking
Yes.
hate LaPorte.
You're a hater,
Baytown.
man.
Baytown.
You're a hater.
When's the last time you actually went to Royal Purple, though?
Like 2 years ago.
It was probably about 2 years for
years
us
ago?
as well.
I haven't been there.
I used to go all the
long
time.
time,
yeah.
I used to go. I used to get free tickets.
Did you watch races or race your? You can race your own car there
Yeah,
too. Right?
yeah.
I think
able
on
to.
certain nights
They
you
have
can.
Friday
Friday.
night street races, legal street
Yeah.
racing.
Man, but we used to have so much fun going there. We haven't been able to take my kids because we feel like they're just now to like a good age to
Industrial.
take them.
It's really weird. Like, why would they sell it? That park is so popular.
It's so popular.
And it's the
so
best
many
one.
events.
And
I
it's
agree.
the best one because there's like 2 or 3 other ones around the Houston
one
area,
word: COVID.
but they all suck.
Must have been, man.
While these other smaller parks, raceways have outlasted them, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I agree, and especially for an industrial park, like man, that just sucks.
Trash.
You know, going back to Splash Town, maybe if Six Flags hadn't closed Astroworld and Waterworld, we wouldn't have had this problem.
I've
Well,
got
it's
so
owned
many
by Six
feelings
Flags.
about
Six
that.
Flags. That's what I'm saying. Fuck you, Six Flags.
Yep.
No,
Was
I
it Six
just-
Flags or Houston's fault?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know
because
what happened with
they
that.
made the CEO of Six Flags resign after they sold that park because they thought they were going to make more money off of it than they did.
That's such BS.
Yeah.
Rebuild a new amusement
It
park
actually
there.
cost them more money to tear it down than they got for the property.
Oh yeah.
So
And it made all
there's
of
a
Houston
there's a
mad.
documentary about it on YouTube. You go check it out.
They literally-
It'll piss you off though.
They literally had to fill in a 10-foot pool that was like the whole west side of that. That alone is
Yeah.
expensive as hell.
I mean, there's a documentary. They thought they were going to get some exorbitant amount of money for the land, and it ended up they
Oh, yeah.
actually lost money.
I think I spent half of each of my summers in elementary school
Well, we would
and
go.
part of junior high.
Like Deer Park would go every year for school field trip.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Every year.
great place. Great place. Much better than Splash Town.
And then we had the Water World next to it.
Fucking
It was
Splash Town.
awesome.
Oh man, well that was great, Naomi. Thank God you're back. You're much better at headlines than Josh is.
Yeah. Man, I tried though.
You did good, man. It was a valiant effort.
Hey man,
it was
thanks.
a valiant effort.
Thanks
was-
for having my back.
It was interesting.
Anyways,
It was good
but
to hear your voice doing it though.
So the headlines today is going to be brought to you by Amity Innovations. There you go. Let's get your toes like in the shot if we can.
It's not in there. Oh,
Speaking of toes,
No,
I'll
we're
have to
getting
get
real
into
not in
comfy
there.
here, y'all.
it's not in there. We're good.
No, if you
I
want
got pretty toes.
If
Fuck
you want to
you,
get
Nick.
your toes in there, man, let's do it.
They're
Let's,
not painted though.
Are they not painted today?
No, I took them off.
let's get an Amity Innovations ad, and then speaking of painted toenails, we'll talk about that in just a moment.
Hey guys, this is Naomi, and I want to talk to you about Amity Innovations. If you're looking to remodel your home, or maybe you're just looking to build a new home, don't make any decisions until you talk to the experts at Amity Innovations. They specialize in alternative energy sources like backup generators, whole home solar systems, and geothermal heating and cooling systems, which would have really come in handy these past couple of weeks. In other words, they create green homes. I'm talking net zero energy to nearly fully self-sufficient homes. Amity Innovations even believes that in our future, our homes will actually produce more energy than they use. Now, wouldn't that be something? Amity Innovations is not your typical construction company, although they have been in business for over 25 years. They know what they are doing, and they want to help you save both the planet and your bank account. So give Amity Innovations a call at 832-331-3580 or go to www.amitybgi.com to get a free estimate. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, call the green builders you can trust. Amity Innovations, where we create the difference.
Alrighty, you guys give Amity Innovations a call. Hurricane season is here, and you don't want to need them and you hadn't called them yet. Like, it's kind of like insurance. You never think you need it until you need it. And so if you don't have a generator, which I'm talking shit, they're gonna come give us an estimate actually in the next couple of weeks. And there's been a couple other listeners that they've given an estimate to. To my knowledge, I don't know if we've had a spirit sniffer buy a generator from Amity Innovations yet, but you guys give them a call, man, because you're gonna want to be hooked up when that power goes out. You're gonna wish you'd called them. Hey, speaking of painted toenails, my son just got his toenails painted. And my daughter has a boyfriend, by the way. That was nobody seemed shocked about that.
Now that you said it again,
about
I had
the
to think about it, and I was like,
About the boyfriend or the toenails?
The boyfriend.
No, neither are shocking.
Maddie has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
They became official like a week ago.
Yeah, but
Why would that be
Facebook
I
shocking?
mean, what is she, a sophomore, junior?
She's about to be a sophomore.
if you listen to the last couple episodes, she's never really been into boys. So this is kind of shocked.
I mean, I listen. I just forget.
Since her first crush, she's like been into boys, but she hasn't made it official with anybody. Now, this kid is actually like his parents are like friends of the family, and I've known him since he was in like 4th grade. So that's why he's alive.
I never told my parents whenever I had a boyfriend because I learned from my younger sister who was a little bit boy crazy and she had a different boyfriend all the time.
Right.
And my mom would invite them over for dinner and then just totally embarrass the shit out of her.
Nice.
So I was like, yep, no. And then it went on for so long, she actually thought I was a lesbian when I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
Because I never told them whenever I had boyfriends.
Yeah.
I was like, but I think that was just
I've
smart.
been nice mostly because I like this kid's mom. Like, we're friends. And I mean, I told her, I was like, you're not going to begrudge me a little bit of boyfriend hazing because that's the fun.
Let me ask you this.
What's up?
I don't want to fuck you up. I just don't want to forget. Do your kids? I will. Like I will. If I don't say it now, I'll completely forget. Do your kids like just not want to tell you when they're dating? Like I know you just say you never told your mom.
Oh, hell no.
But like, or they tell you like, no, I'm not going to talk about my girlfriend,
My
boyfriend, whatever.
My daughter, the couple of times that she's liked a person, has been pretty open and talked to me about it. Now, we established that communication when she was very young, and I think she trusts me. She's been nervous like that I'm going to freak out, and I've been nervous that I might freak out. I took this one in stride. I like the young man. He's a respectful kid. He's a good kid. He's younger than her by a year.
I went out with several younger guys.
Yeah. So I feel
always
like
dated older girls. But back to my point, my stepson, that motherfucker refuses to tell us shit.
Oh yeah.
Like we know he's had 2 girlfriends, but it's like he won't.
How old is he?
13.
I wouldn't tell you shit either.
Fuck you.
But I grew up in a
But
different...
I'm a fucking awesome stepdad. You
Yeah,
just be able to tell me everything.
I mean, you're going to give him condoms in a
bitch.
pocket pussy,
But-
so... Maybe if he knew that.
Don't worry, Nick's gonna
you
pass
don't
this
want to be
down
there.
to-
You don't want to be there on sex talk day because it's going to be bananas and fucking condoms.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, so I told him. So one day we went to the softball field to his. We call him girlfriend, not girlfriend, because like I said, he won't tell us if it's really his girlfriend. He's like, oh no, she's not really, but yeah, she fucking hangs out with him all the time. But anyways, so we took him to go watch his girlfriend, not girlfriend, go play a softball game, right? Mm-hmm. And I had to talk with him. I was like, bro, you have to tell me what she is.
Right.
Because I don't want to get there and her parents are there and then I say something you don't want to be said.
Right.
Well, he goes, no, we're not dating. I was like, then why the fuck are you showing up to this bitch's fucking softball game?
Oh my god. Maybe because he
Did
wants
you
to be
really
a good
call her a
friend.
bitch?
Anyways, I didn't mean to say that.
It's cool. It's cool. It's
So-
I mean, it's not cool, but it's cool. We've come to expect it from Con.
This is where I get mad though. So we fucking get there, all right?
Oh my god.
Her parents are not there. I don't know where her fucking parents are. But so we
Way to
get
go,
there.
Mom and Dad.
We get there. I actually walked back to the car to go grab something. And I came back and then Lindsay, his mom, who used to play softball, she was on the field with them, playing pitch. It's supposed to be in a game. The other team didn't show up, so it just ended up being a glorified practice.
Oh whoa,
Nice.
crazy.
So she was actually pitching while they practiced, right?
Right.
So now I'm just standing there by my fucking self. Mm-hmm. Okay. Imagine how creepy a fucking grown ass man shows up to a girls' softball game, who's not talking to anybody. So these two
You could have at
moms-
least clapped and cheered.
Is this leading up to
I
you
just
getting
walked up.
arrested?
I had just walked up, and so these two moms are like behind me. They're like, "Excuse me, who are you?" I'm like, okay, I'm with him, and he's here with her. I couldn't remember her name at the time.
Right.
And they're like, they said her name. I was like, yeah. And they go, it's boyfriend. I was like, I don't know, boyfriend, not girlfriend. He won't tell us. And so when the moms, I guess, knew the chick, she goes, oh, it's just another one of her boyfriends. I'm like, another one? What the fuck? Bruh. And so I was curious if like y'all's kids ever like just be like, nah, we're not a thing, but really, they are a thing. But they just won't tell you.
Logan's probably going to be a little more hesitant now because when he told me about his last girlfriend, I told you guys how I reacted to that. Like,
You laughed in
And-
his face, yes.
I didn't laugh in his face. So, and I don't want to feel like I don't treat my kids any differently. But the difference between I met the girl that my son was dating, and I told you my first instinct was like, she's going to eat you alive, bro. Like,
that's all girlfriends.
right? Because
for
girls
real.
are they're more mature, they're more advanced than a young man. A young man at 13, like that's why honestly, like the fact that my daughter's boyfriend is younger than her is actually kind of like a comfort to me, in a weird way. Because like if she was dating like a 17-year-old guy with some experience, I'd be like, oh fuck no, right?
How old is she?
She is 15. She'll be 16 in January, and he is 14. So I don't know.
I think that sounds great.
I get the vibe that he doesn't really know what he's
Stay
doing.
tuned for the
Which
next
is good.
episode of What's Going to Happen.
And he better not learn what he's doing for a while. That's all I got to say.
Let's hope
Anyway,
let's hope
I've
he
been
doesn't
trying to
have a
be
dad
really
like
cool
you.
about this. Like, I walked in on them, like, kind of like snuggled together on the couch the other day. And I was
Did you
like,
scream at him
Nick-
like,
I was
"Hey,
like, Nick, don't
no."
embarrass her.
Did you-
Which I'm going, like, ugh,
Did they like move real quick?
bro, no.
They was like, hey, Dad.
They were like, hey, what's up?
Show me your hands.
Right. And I didn't want to embarrass her. Like, but I was like, and I told her later, I was like, I don't mind y'all sitting next to each other, but you do not need to be at any time horizontal. Like, y'all stay vertical.
Remove all the blankets in the house.
Yes, you stay vertical at all times.
Hands where I can see them.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I think it's super fun to fuck with your kids when they're dating.
It's amazing, and I don't want to be cut short of it. That's why, here's the problem, man. My son is friends with him. So, like, anytime I want to haze him, my son's like, oh, please don't do that. That's embarrassing. I'm like, bro, this ain't about you. This is my moment. Okay?
Oh, it's two birds with one stone, though.
Yeah,
You get to.
I'm like, bro, this is my moment. This ain't about you, bruh. Okay? You're not going to take away my moment because this guy's your friend. Like,
Is this a dad thing. I see myself like
It
whenever
is definitely a dad thing.
whenever my kids have
Especially when you
like
have a
significant
girl.
others, I feel like I'm just gonna
I can sum
not
this up.
butt out, but I'm just gonna not. I don't know.
I can sum this
No,
up.
he needs to respect me and be intimidated.
Yeah, you
Tell
show
me
that
if I'm
dominance.
wrong.
You lay it down.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but the scene in Bad Boys 2 when they go after Reggie, tell me that is not accurate.
Yes, it's extremely accurate. And the only reason that didn't happen with this young man is, like I said, I know his mother. I consider his mother a friend. Like, I don't want to jeopardize that relationship because let's face it, statistically, they're probably not going to be together forever.
God, why is
Although, here's what freaks me out. Maddie is the same
God.
age that I was when I met her mother, and he is the same age that her mother was when we met. So
Destiny.
it's reversed, but because I was older than her mom, but they're the same age. Yeah, 15 and 14.
You're here to take Maddie out.
No, and this sounds bad, but I've taken it, I guess, a little more serious because
You know him?
right, and I met Logan's girlfriend one time. I was like, this chick's a player. Like, she's gonna drop you like
Oh
a
yeah,
bad
you can
habit.
definitely tell. Like,
Yeah,
like,
Did you meet her?
like we could tell with
Yes, I met her, and that's what I told you guys. I'm like, this
Well, no,
chick's
no.
gonna eat. Oh, did you meet the
Did
girl?
you meet
yeah,
the girl?
yeah. I met both of them, and the one that we went to go to the softball game,
What's the vibe you got?
we were this chick is psycho,
Oh.
and we told him that too.
You can't
like,
talk about kids like that.
the fuck
Bro.
I can't. I'll
He
call it
mention,
like it is.
He didn't
Yo, this
mention
kid
any
is-
names. He didn't mention any names, so it's all good.
Did you want to mention any names, Con?
No, you can't
Don't
do
you
that.
do it?
Also can't remember her, or I can't remember her name, so
It's okay. You don't
it's
need
fine.
to.
Her name is Emily.
I do know. Fuck you.
I realized the joke in that after I said it.
fuck-
I didn't even try to
Oh,
make
yeah. That name is almost banned in my house.
Oh man.
Oh,
That's
man.
crazy. So like you got the sense though, like you can tell.
Definitely. And like the other girl who he was talking to these two chicks at the same time, and I told him, I was like, "That's a rough road, bud. You better figure your shit out now and figure out
How do
which
you know
one
that,
you want."
Con? Have you been there before?
I have been a teenager before. Yes,
okay.
I have definitely
Wait,
balanced
so I thought you
multiple
said-
women at one point in time.
We're talking about your stepson now, or we're talking
Yeah.
about Kai?
No, my step.
Because
No,
you said he doesn't.
Kai's way too young.
Okay,
to date.
so he said he didn't tell you guys about anything, but you know about these two girls. So
yeah. Well, we met both of them.
So he's talking to you a little bit.
No.
Or did you have to make
No,
it?
he
Context clues.
He will not talk about them to us at all.
Ah.
Like we've given like one of them a ride home twice.
Time to go through
and
the
then-
phone, bro.
I know
Play that
I
parent
know-
card.
I know my girlfriend has. She says she hasn't found anything incriminating
That's good.
yet.
That's good.
I was like, really?
They
Like,
do
What's
make
nothing?
funny
that
is how
hide stuff.
teenagers
Like,
think that they're like
No dick
smarter
pics or
than us.
nothing. Like, yo, if
They
I had a
could be.
smartphone back then,
Oh.
oh, maybe not. We probably shouldn't. No, there'd be like dick pics everywhere.
Y'all, someone come get me.
So you feel like
I
you're
was
just,
like, you know what? I don't want to be at this
So-
episode today.
there's not gonna be any shenanigans when your kids start dating. You don't want to fuck with their significant other just a little bit.
No, that's their business, and I feel
That's
like
my right as a father too.
Don't worry, your husband will.
that's exactly. I'm gonna leave it up to him. But
That's
I
usually the
know,
dad's
like,
job.
my mom, she kind of. She didn't ruin relationships for me by any means, but she messed up my relationship with her because
Talking about religion.
I resented what she would do if I was to be open with her. So
And
watch
see,
it, all of you.
That's why I did not embarrass my daughter when she was on the couch. Like I was like, I'm gonna keep it cool because I told her this story when when her mother and I were dating. Her mom came home one time and walked in on her sitting on my lap and kicked me out of the house like immediately, like get the fuck out of my house. And like what was funny is I was 15, 16 years old. I don't even think I had a car yet. Like my buddy drove me over there and like he's in a room playing video games and I had to walk in there and be like, bro, we gotta go.
Oh my God.
He's like, why, man? We're having a great time. I'm like, no, man, we gotta go. So that shit, as embarrassing as that was. And like as a parent now, I'm like, fuck yeah, I should have got kicked out.
yeah.
That's why when I left, I texted Whitney. I was like, if you come home and she's sitting on his lap, you kick his ass out.
That's just being a teenager.
I did have this one really weird girlfriend.
Sitting on the lap is a little, for 15 and 14, it's a little early.
No,
for that.
I'm not talking about
But you let them
sitting
sit
on
on
the lap.
Santa's lap, don't you?
Oh, y'all.
I've never allowed any child to sit on Santa's lap,
yeah.
but I'm just saying.
I wasn't
Let
talking
me
about the
know.
lap thing per se, just the awkwardness that is teenage dating.
Oh, but I know
For both
my
parties.
intimidation is working because we just went bowling a few hours ago, and he refused to sit next to her the whole time. And I walked up to her. I was like, "I'm noticing that Landon hasn't sat next to you." And she's like,
Says, no,
"It
Dad, you
was
scare
like-"
the shit out of him. You dick.
I was like, "Why? How come you're not sitting next to Landon?" She's like, "I don't know. He wouldn't sit next to me." I was like, "So you can't sit
Broken
next
up.
to him?"
They're over.
Way to go,
See what
Dad.
I was
did?
like,
Way to
"It's
go,
probably
Dad.
me, huh?"
You told them and said no
No,
more,
I've been-
horizontal, only vertical, and they're done.
I've been very, I feel like I've been very cool about the situation, and I plan to stay that way. So, I don't know.
Keep
I'm
it
not,
cool,
I'm
Dad.
not just a dad. I'm a cool
Hey,
dad.
plus, Landon is a very talented football player. So, no, I'm kidding.
Ooh, there you go.
But anyway, so yeah, it's, man, being a parent, they don't prepare you for any of this shit.
Fuck no.
Honestly, my daughter's mom's like freaking the fuck out because she's like, what we used to do. And I'm like, okay, first of all, the reason we did what we did is because our parents were like, at all times, like, it was ridiculous. Like, we were almost forced to rebel. That's the way I see it. But I'm like, if we keep it cool and we don't like drive them to doing crazy shit, then it should be okay.
I'm a big believer in that the more freedoms
Hopefully
you
they
give
won't take
people, they
advantage of
make
that.
the best choices when you give them more freedoms. But if you try to
agree with
restrict
that.
people, they're going to
There's a line.
ultimately upset you.
There's a line.
Of course
It's
there
like,
is.
well, like you got to figure out, man, which side is the right side
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
on.
If no one's getting hurt,
No
then-
horizontal. Stay vertical. That's my thing.
My son.
We need a shirt now in our store.
Bad things happen.
Stay horizontal, not vertical.
That's our next shirt.
That's our next shirt. Right?
Bad
Yes.
things happen when you go
Naomi,
horizontal.
work on that shit, all right?
you can. There's
could be like
vertical is
stick
nice
figures.
too. I mean, I'm not complaining about vertical.
I ain't got enough schlong to go vertical, so I'm good.
Dude, have you seen the
I can
new
barely
thing?
make it horizontal.
Dude, this kid wears a size 16 shoe.
Oh my god! Speaking of schlong, have you seen the new thing going on TikTok, where it's like girls are doing like what do guys do with their penis when they're taking a shit? What do y'all do? And then, and one guy goes, well, what I normally do is I just throw it over my shoulder.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
I have like a crane in my bathroom,
I'd like
and
to
I hoist it
mention-
down, and I attach it to my, and then I just
The expressed views of the Smells Like Middle Aged Spirit podcast do not represent the views of our sponsors,
Just let it dangle in the water a little bit.
except for Richardson Design Works. It does represent the views of Richardson.
That's our
Design
next
Works.
shirt. We need to have a schlong going over the shoulder. See, we're coming up with everything.
Oh my goodness.
See what happens when we're all in the same room?
Oh, my.
Magic.
But yeah, that's
No,
that's
my
some crazy
son
stuff.
actually is talking to two girls.
That's what you said before the
He's
show
talking
started.
to two girls, and they're older, and I know they're older because they're actually my stepdaughter's friends.
Do I need to go check on him and my daughter's room right
I'm
now?
fixing.
Oh.
Yeah, she's,
Being there playing doctor. or
she's
some shit?
older too, so.
Yeah.
Did we have a conversation that you weren't going to allow him around your daughter anyways because of me?
Just make sure.
Yeah,
they're
after
vertical.
you have the banana and
I
pocket
think that's
pussy
true.
conversation, like if Cod comes knocking on my door,
Oh,
I'm like,
fuck.
you need to go back home, sir.
Oh, he's gonna want to come to every podcast now. We're gonna see a lot more of Con.
That's the problem. Like Hannah is developing faster than I think a 9-year-old girl should.
That's
Bro,
all
my
little
son
girls.
is developing
Like
faster.
I think she's gonna.
Is he
start
already
her period
asking
soon.
questions?
No, but he's 8. He has a pimple.
Uh-oh.
He has body odor.
Like my 9-year-old is damn near about to be wearing a bigger bra than my 15-year-old. Oh. Sorry, Maddie. But I'm just saying, and like I'm pretty sure she's gonna start her lady business soon.
Did
like,
you just say that on record?
what?
What you just said?
Nobody my kids know listens to this podcast. It's fine.
For right now.
That you know of.
They're not gonna know. They're not gonna know.
Oh my god.
Trust me, I've gotten away with throwing them under the bus many a time. Anyways, no, but I'm just saying, like, maybe we should go make sure the door's open. I trust Kai.
Shoot, a lot of the guys that I saw.
I trust
whenever-
Hannah. Hannah's so innocent. Like
Kai is super innocent. He
Yeah,
don't know
Hannah
shit.
doesn't.
Yeah.
He's probably in there playing toys or watching YouTube on his phone.
Well,
Hopefully they're not playing Doctor.
when I went to go look at the spotless bathroom, they were definitely in there playing. So
Oh, that's good. It's not Doctor, right?
no doctor.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
No, they were doing good.
Good job.
Perfect.
They may have been doing nurse though.
Oh shit!
Son of a bitch.
Anyways,
Just because
Yeah,
he
the
gets to do
joys
it,
of
don't be
parenthood.
jealous.
Oh.
You never got to.
But anyway,
play
so you
nurse
said-
when you were younger.
so you know, a couple episodes ago we were talking about the talk. Like, now your son's got 2 girlfriends. Is it about that time, man?
I think it is about that time. I'm about to break.
Why
up
don't you go
the
ahead and bring him in
cucumber.
here? We'll go ahead and do it today. That's our episode.
The cucumber.
The cucumber.
The baby
You
carrot.
gotta be more realistic. Give
The
him
baby
the
carrot.
Oh, Marvin, want me to just buy a dildo on Amazon? We're like, all right, look, this is a dick. And this is what it looks like. He
Most
wrecked
of them aren't this big, son. It's okay. This
Yeah.
is just for
it.
demonstration
Despite
purposes.
what Pornhub says.
It's enlarged for details.
Oh my god, this is the gold pack condom. You know what that is. Oh my goodness. Anyway, the joys of parenthood. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, we I don't. We'll just have to keep you abreast of that situation. I learned I learned a lot from Logan's situation though. I treated it different. Like
How? You told him it was going to fail from the very beginning.
right, and I didn't do that to Maddie. So I'm learning. I'm getting better. I'm progressing.
Okay, that's good.
You just
That was his first girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, keep up the great work, Dad.
This is
Yeah, keep it
technically
up.
this is technically Maddie's second, although she had a pandemic boyfriend the first time. Like they never actually hung out in person. So.
lucky.
let's give a round of applause for all the parents out there doing
Yeah.
work.
There you go.
Doing work.
Alrighty. I think I know what our specialty segment's gonna be, but we're not there yet. I wrote this down, possibly to talk about during the show, but I'm gonna name off a bunch of like celebrities who got in legal trouble, and I just want to rapid fire like guilty, not guilty. But we'll do that later. What was the other topic that we were talking about before the shit came on? It's nothing controversial, of course.
Movies.
The
What were we
movies.
talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about.
Oh yeah, Naomi finally watched Back to the Future. Like
I did.
35
I
years
just
later.
And what do you
watched
think
it.
about it?
35 years later.
What do you think
Overrated.
It's not over.
It's not a good movie.
I'm just kidding.
It's
No.
really not
Okay.
a good movie.
It was.
Oh, I can tell you guys aren't cinephiles. Like you, like
What do you
No.
mean, y'all? I like
I'm
it.
talking about these two.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I've got
Like
better shit to do with
when
my
you
life.
when you watch a movie, what makes a
Like-
movie a good movie to you? Tell me what made Back to the Future a bad movie.
Don't ask Khan that. You should already know.
All right. So first off, I do not think that they were bad movies. I was entertained the whole time, and it answered a lot of questions for me about all these references I have heard my whole life that I never understood, and memes and
You
whatever
watched Back
else.
to the Future 3, right?
All of them. The
Okay.
third one I thought was the best. I liked that one.
The
is that
third
not-
gets a lot of shit.
Oh, really?
The third gets a lot of shit. I think the first one is the best of the 3. But I do enjoy the third one. A lot of people
The second
don't.
one I didn't really
Let me
like
tell
at
you what
all.
gets me about the third.
Okay.
You remember when
Spoiler alert.
Doc gets sent to the 1800s,
Got it. Yep.
and then he sends a letter to Marty so that Marty knows where he's at.
Yep.
And what I liked about is like that was a very emotional letter. Like at that point, Marty and Doc had like developed a real friendship. And like anytime when he gets to that part, you know the part like Doc is reading the letter back that he wrote because he's in the 1950s now, and he's reading it back and he like gets emotional. I get emotional when he reads that letter. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm not a very
you got to
emotional
see
girl.
you got to see the emotional side of Doc though. Like he fell in love, he had his heart broken.
I liked, and he was like, "Who is this woman?" Or I don't even remember her name. And then like he saw her, and he
Right.
was like,
And that's the thing, like up until that point, he had just been like a caricature. Like he was the comedic, basically the comic relief. But then like you get personal with Doc in the third one.
I thought it was really cute.
The movies
So
are great.
Naomi
The
actually
movies are
likes
great.
the movie. She's
The
trying to
movies
play
are
a
great.
hard ass.
The
and she
movies are
liked
great.
it.
I mean,
It
they were made in the 1980s.
On a scale from 1 to 10, where do you put the series at?
6.7.
Okay, so they're made in the 1980s, and what you don't realize, that first movie was extremely low budget. But when you watch it, it feels like it's an epic movie, right?
Yeah.
It feels like it's a big box office smash movie when you watch
I
it.
feel like it was made to sell DeLoreans.
Then
That might
then
prove
it
me
did
wrong.
not do well then.
Prove me wrong. I didn't do wrong because the fucking DeLorean himself fucked
De-
up.
the DeLorean-
Spent all this
The
money.
DeLorean itself.
The reason they chose the DeLorean is like if a time machine's gonna be a car, it should be a cool car.
It'd be like now if you chose like a Tesla, probably.
Right,
you
the
know?
DeLorean was a pretty cool car back in the day. But so it's made in the 1980s. But what made it feel bigger than it really was, because the special effects weren't that great. What made it feel bigger is the score, man. John Williams, like the music. The music made it feel like,
Do you know what other movies he scored too, right?
yeah, pretty much anything Zemeckis and Spielberg did. He did Jurassic Park. He did Star Wars. He did. I think he did Lord of the Rings, didn't he? I know that's not
Elfman, maybe.
Spielberg.
No, it's not. He did that.
He's done a lot of movies. Pretty much anything Spielberg does, he does it. All of John Lucas movies, Indiana Jones, he's great. John Williams is great.
Now I feel like I need to rewatch it because I don't remember the score being anything memorable. I don't remember anything about it.
The Power of Love.
That's not the score. That's the soundtrack.
But they wrote that for it.
Those are great. Also, yeah, Huey Lewis in the News was a good feature.
Beautiful.
It's so good.
Okay.
But no, I can. So good.
There's your
Please,
karaoke.
please contain yourself.
I want to watch it right now.
See, but I get the same way with.
You
Jurassic
weren't rooting
Park.
for him in the end of the first one when he's got to catch the lightning strike. Like if he doesn't catch the lightning strike, there's no Back to the Future 2 and 3. Game over.
I didn't.
He's stuck in the 1950s.
When my husband made me watch the first one, I didn't know that there was a 2 and a 3.
So that's
I
the
thought
key.
there was just one.
That's the key. Made her watch it.
Oh yeah, he
If
made
you
me
get
watch
made
it.
to watch a movie, you're automatically taken out of it.
Well,
Is that the case?
For me, yes and no. I may put up a fight, because I'm stubborn.
Because you want
Back
to.
to the
But-
Future was my favorite movie franchise
But
up until
once
MCU.
I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it without holding a grudge or anything. And I sat there. We made popcorn. My kids enjoyed it. We made them a little pallet on the ground because it was their first time too.
Do you know what else made the movies great?
What?
There's not a single flaw in the plot line. There isn't one. Now you can debate whether time travel actually works the way that the movie portrayed time travel, but there's not a single contradiction of itself in all three movies. Not a single one. Like the plot line is flawless.
Please hold.
I was about to say,
It's
I
flawless.
bet there is
No, it's
one.
absolutely flawless. And the reason being is they actually made the film 2 and 3 at the same time. Like, it's funny that
Josh,
you
you
say.
better find something.
It's funny that you say that you didn't know there was going to be a 2 and 3 because they never anticipated that there would be. But 1 was so successful. It's funny because they end Back to the Future 1 with Doc coming back and he's like, Marty, we've got to come with me back to the future. Like, it involves your family, blah, blah, blah. That was completely coincidental that they ended it that way.
So
it was
I'm going
supposed
to go
be a
ahead
joke.
and give you the first 4 Google links. Typing in Back to the Future timeline problems. First one, the plot holes and paradoxes.
There's no plot holes.
of the Back to the Future
holes.
trilogy.
There's not.
The plot holes and paradoxes of of Back to the Future franchise, and glaring plot holes and continuity errors in the Back to the Future.
Actually, there might be one that I remember, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let's hear this.
Which one is it?
I don't remember it. If you read it, I'll remember it.
George and Lorraine would have recognized their son.
Bro,
I'm reading. I'm going down.
that's
the
not a
list.
plot hole.
That's a plot hole. If they
It's
recognize
something
their
that's
son,
it's something that's goofy, and it's also they probably would have named their first son Marty, not their last kid.
there are 2 DeLoreans in 1885. That's the second one.
No, there's not.
Would you like me to read it for you? Much of the third film is spent trying to find new ways to get the DeLorean that Marty traveled back from 1955 and up to 88 miles an hour. But what the time machine that Doc got sent in when it was struck by lightning at the end of Back to the Park, what happened to that one from Back to the Future?
The one that
2?
was buried.
It says that's the one that he stores in a cave for 70 years.
Right.
Although it's still damaged, to be fair, as the Doc sends instructions forward in time. And given that it's established that we can have 2 Docs and 2 Martys at the same time, why can't we have 2 cars?
First of all, that
Yeah,
other car.
Nick.
Time out. That other car would still be in that cave, but how the fuck are you gonna get to it? And you don't have the parts to fix it.
Okay, next one.
You don't have the parts to fix it.
I'm gonna say that
And-
y'all put way too much
Time
thought
out.
into
The
this shit.
reason he put the car in a cave
Okay.
and made Marty wait until 1955, because in 1955 there were the parts to fix it. There were not the parts to fix it in 1885.
So the next one is the doc would know he's going to die.
What do you mean?
I'm just reading it. I'm just reading it, Nick.
You're talking about the 1950s doc would know he's going to die?
Yes.
No, he wouldn't.
It says, let's get ultra nerdy then. With a tip of the hat to Den of Geek Reader, whatever his name is, at the very point that the doc and Marty uncover in 1985 that 1885 doc had been killed by Buford Tanner, that should have stopped Back to the Future Part 3 dead. After all, the sole reason Marty goes back to 1885
Is
is
to
to
keep
save
him
Doc.
right. So why would it stop it?
Because he's dead.
No, he went back the day
God.
he went
So
back
why-
months. He went
it's-
back
what?
months before he died.
It says, so why would it have? Why would it
Or
have
3
killed the
days
film?
before he died.
Here's why, Nick. It says right here. Hang on, I'm getting to it. It says, so why would it have killed the film? Well, at the start of Back to the Future Part 3, we see the 1955 Doc, who is the younger version of the character. The Doc who got sent back to 1885 is the older one. Thus, at that point, the younger Doc discovered the information. The older Doc, by logic, would instantly know it.
No, he wouldn't, because that younger doc has never even got to the 80s. This person's an idiot. Okay, moving on.
So
Y'all
next
are
one.
getting so worked up about the plot holes in this movie,
There
or
isn't
lack
one.
thereof. I am so sorry. I am so
There
sorry.
isn't
Forgive
one.
me, please
The
forgive
plot,
me.
The plot line is flawless.
How could the Doc invented the time machine? That's another one.
Because
what
he
do you
was an
mean?
inventor.
Wait, what?
It says, how could the Doc have invented the time machine? And Back to the Future Part 2, when Marty and Doc have traveled back to the alternative 1985, we learn that the Doc had been committed several years before. However, that presents a problem. If Doc is committed before he gets a chance to invent the time machine, then surely it isn't just people in the pictures that should be disappearing. At that point in 2015, when old Biff takes the DeLorean and gives the almanac to young Biff, then surely the time machine should cease to exist, leaving at best Doc and Marty stranded in 2015.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Nick. That's your movie. That is
Okay.
a great movie. Has some plot holes.
It's not a bottle.
Okay,
okay.
now tell people what you were talking about before. Who made the movie? And like my brilliant.
Okay,
bridge.
this is a Robert Zemeckis film.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
and Zemeckis.
Also responsible
So
for Forrest
excited. Look
Gump.
at her. She can
Robert
barely
Zemeckis
contain
also
herself.
did Forrest Gump, Adventures in Babysitting.
Great movie. Great movie.
Yes.
Never seen him.
What?
Time out. Whoa, time out. You said you've never seen Forrest Gump.
You never seen Forrest Gump?
I haven't seen the whole thing in one sitting, but I think I've seen
It's a
enough where I
long-ass
can like
movie.
piece it together.
Such a great.
I love you, Jenny.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Oh Lord. Okay.
You've
so
not seen Forrest
I've
Gump?
seen enough
Lieutenant
that I know
Dan
what the movie is
Got
about.
no legs.
Lieutenant Dan is my favorite. I do like Lieutenant Dan.
I mean, I've only watched it like once, maybe twice, though.
She smelled like.
It's really not that great of a movie.
Okay, whatever.
Yo,
It's probably single-handedly one of the best movies and probably the best soundtracks.
Eh.
The soundtrack is legit. To go through that many eras.
I
and
like
get
the
music.
Guardians soundtrack better.
I was gonna say Guardians has
That is
one of
a
the best
badass
soundtracks
soundtrack.
ever.
That was a good
No.
soundtrack.
No.
It's
Forrest Gump is so good. It had to have 4 CDs when it came out on CD. So suck it.
What?
but
Forrest Gump?
Forrest Gump.
Guardians is still better.
Oh, I clearly need to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, Forrest Gump is great. I can tell you
My
how many
favorite
times-
soundtrack was probably End of Days. That's a good soundtrack.
That's horrible.
Fuck you.
All right, here's another subject. No, I'm kidding. Movie soundtracks. The greatest is Space Jam.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
As much as
I
I,
mean, no.
love, as much as I love Space Jam,
The Space Jam soundtrack is
it literally
awesome.
has one song.
The first one or the second one?
What?
The first Space Jam or the second
The
one?
first Space Jam has "Fly
okay.
Like an Eagle" by Seal.
I have
horrible.
No idea
What?
what song's
Horrible.
"Fly Like an Eagle" by Seal is horrible.
Yes, the original one is better.
That's
I agree. Definitely.
that doesn't make Seal's version horrible.
It does. Makes
You got "I Believe I Can Fly" by R. Kelly.
Oh my god. I
which
had to
is
sing that in
questionable
my
since
fifth
it's in a
grade
kids
play.
movie. But go ahead.
"I Believe I Can Fly"
Piss
R.
on
Kelly.
you.
You've got "For You I Will" by Monica.
Who's Monica?
Great song. talking to white people.
You're literally saying that this is one of the best soundtracks?
Time out.
This is boo-boo.
What?
So I can tell you right now, the best
great
soundtrack
soundtrack.
is Forrest Gump because it had 3 CDs. One was
It's all just a
16
classic
songs,
rock.
Because the movie was so
18
long.
songs, and
It's just a classic
16
rock
songs.
station like
Because
playlist.
the movie
That's
was
all
like
it is.
8 hours long. Of course, it came out.
not
in 3
that long.
CDs.
It's just
So
all it
long.
is a classic rock.
I'll fall asleep through it.
Like if you listen to the classic rock station, you've heard the Forrest Gump soundtrack.
It's only an hour. It's 142 minutes.
Okay, if you want to talk Forrest Gump,
I'm doing the same thing Chris is doing. Like,
let's talk Forrest
3
Gump.
hours.
Did Jenny give Forrest AIDS?
No.
2.5, I think.
Oh, fuck you.
Yes.
Suck at math.
Did Jenny give Forrest AIDS?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. If they made a Forrest Gump 2, I think Forrest Gump 2 actually is that movie Philadelphia.
No, actually, there is
fucked
a second part to Forrest Gump, and that's actually explained in there.
There's not a Forrest Gump 2.
Do you want to bet?
Yes.
A movie.
There's not a movie. There's a book.
Oh,
Who wrote the
God.
book?
Who reads books?
The same guy. The same guy wrote the first one.
So he
the
wrote.
second one.
He wrote.
That's
Why didn't
awful.
they make a movie out of the book?
Because let me look up.
Probably because the first one sucked so bad.
Did he die at the end?
No.
I don't remember.
Oh,
no.
okay.
So
Jenny dies.
You don't remember if Forrest Gump died at the end?
So the name of the sequel is actually called Gump and Co. Is what it's
Okay.
called, and it's actually interesting.
That's where the Bubba
restaurant.
Gump Shrimp Company restaurant
yes
came from.
Yes.
Yes. Good God.
So
really?
does Forrest have AIDS?
I'm not sure if he has AIDS.
Does the kid have AIDS?
But he meets Tom Hanks in the book because in the book, the Forrest Gump movie is actually like a documentary about him, and so he actually meets Tom Hanks that played him.
That's why they didn't make this. This book sounds terrible.
It's good.
This book sounds terrible.
So if you think about it, the original book, it was a book first, right?
No.
Yes.
Most movies are.
So
didn't know that.
it was a book, and then since it's basically trying to make like the book was a real story, and
Like
then
a
they
autobiography.
and then they made Tom Hanks play him in an autobiography of him,
Right.
and then the second one is basically he meets him, he meets I can't remember who else he meets.
Man, I'm confused.
Yeah,
Well, that's probably because you didn't watch the whole movie.
The last
But we can
part-
all agree on this.
I will tell
Jenny
you
was a
this.
bitch, right? Like she's the villain in that movie.
Oh, she's
Wow.
definitely a cunt.
he actually is part of the people that captures Saddam Hussein in the second one. Yeah. It even says Forrest is deployed for the Persian Gulf War where his tank crew captures Saddam Hussein.
Forrest would be like hella old. Anywho, so we
like
can all
that?
agree Jenny was a bitch, though, right?
Sure.
She's in a movie that doesn't have a villain. She's the villain.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
Like
yeah,
she
yeah.
technically,
totally,
Time is the
she
villain
toyed,
in that
she
book.
toyed around with his feelings forever. Then the motherfucker got rich, and she's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant with your kid."
He got
And
a,
then she gets AIDS.
he got a daddy named Forrest too.
Oh man, it's
Got
a
a
great
lot?
movie though.
Trash.
It's a great movie though. Great movie. Okay.
Great movie.
So who else is a movie?
You know what? You know what's a really good movie that I started getting into?
What's that?
The Conjuring. Anybody
a good
into
movie.
horror
I
movies?
watched the first one.
There's like 8 of them. It's really fucking
So,
good.
I don't like
there's
horror
like
movies.
one or two that are like,
They just
like
don't do it
horror
for
movies?
me. Like it's not scary. It's just
I'm not either, but all of a sudden like I popped in The Conjuring and then it's actually a pretty decent movie. It's based on 2 people that actually really did these things.
I think my favorite horror movies are like Rob Zombie's movies.
Slasher stuff?
I love
That's
it.
not even a
corny,
horror.
though.
That's just like downright
It's
Gore,
green.
Yeah.
gore, I
Gore.
love
It's gore, yeah, gore,
Yes.
thriller, whatever.
yeah.
What is it called? Torture porn is what they call it.
I'm down for it. I'm here for it. Give me the torture porn.
I don't know, like movies about like
What?
demons and possessions, like that shit. I don't really dig that. It just
I love
Is
it.
it too real?
I'm so into it.
I used to believe in that stuff, but no, it's not really real. It's just it doesn't. Like if I want to watch a scary movie, obviously you're watching it to be scared, and that stuff doesn't scare me. It's just
Most of
I
it don't
want-
scare me either, but sometimes
just
they're
corny.
still a little fun to
But
watch.
I'm like you. I like the Hostel movies and Saw. Like that's my shit.
Saw was good until like the 8th one.
I haven't seen any Saw.
It's just like
None of
Fast
them?
and
None of them.
Furious.
The first one.
My brother
It
keeps
is gore.
I
My
think I saw
brother-
like the first one.
My brother keeps telling me to watch it.
They're good.
I think one of the scariest movies I ever watched was like what? Amityville Horror?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was like this, but anything
Mine was
paranormal.
The Exorcist.
Or-
I actually was scared of The Exorcist.
Yeah, that's
That
I
shit
never
freaked
watched
me
The
out.
Exorcist.
yeah.
I
That
don't think
shit
I've ever
freaked
been
me out.
scared
I think
of
it was
a movie.
scary because they said it was based on true events. Like anything.
They
that's-
all say that.
I know, but it gets
But
me.
that
Yeah,
one
but
actually
apparently-
is
the only thing
based
that's
on true
real-
events.
Apparently,
The only thing-
apparently that set that they made that movie on is like still haunted to this day too, allegedly.
Well, a Pet Cemetery is haunted too. No, not Pet Cemetery. Poltergeist. Because the scene where all the bodies are coming out of the ground, the production wanted to cut cost, and it was more expensive to buy fake skeletons than it was to go down the street to the mortuary and buy the skeletons. So those are actual skeletons.
Wait. You can buy real
Time out.
skeletons for a movie set?
Time out.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me it is cheaper to get real skeletons than a plastic one.
Yes, because those had to be made. That one just had to die.
What form do I
We're
need
talking
to
about
sign
human
to
remains.
get my body's remains in a movie?
What were these like vagrant people, like homeless people skeletons?
People that donated their body to science.
I will totally sign up. Yes, sign me up.
It's just like
You can donate your skin too.
In California,
Totally donating
in
my skin.
California,
I'm gonna
the
donate
skull
everything.
that's on the bed headboard of the bed in Pirates of the Caribbean, that's a real skull. Because
so cool.
when they were building the park, the same thing. Instead of getting the fake ones, because they did the Disney Imagineers didn't think the fake ones looked real enough, so they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna go get real ones," and they put real ones in there.
That's crazy.
Neato.
I can't believe that's cheaper.
facts.
That's like an insult to the people
But-
who died.
I think that's
Everybody,
But
But
these
if they
people sign
donate it,
waivers
yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
When
they
I went to
donate it,
Body
who gives a
World,
fuck?
you know, at the
They
museum.
donate it for science, not to make a scary movie.
A movie
It's-
is science.
they donate it.
Obviously, duh.
But that's the reason why most of the people on Poltergeist have died in some weird way. Like the kid got like colon cancer and died when he was young. Yeah, that's a whole. If you want to look at some
Conspiracy.
no, it's not a conspiracy. It's creepy. I'll bring it up. While you're
No, they
talking.
say Linda Blair's like still fucked up from when she did The Exorcist.
See, I think the closest I have ever gotten into believing that there is a God
Mm-hmm.
was whenever.
Watching Satan movies.
Yes. Well, because if there's demons,
Satan made
why,
me believe in God. Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
See?
And I mean, I'm not saying I believe
Satan
in
can
God,
do good things,
Yeah, so the little girl,
just like Robert E. Lee.
wow, the little girl in Poltergeist, she died of. Let's see, she died of. She suffered cardiac arrest, and she died during an operation to correct a brow.
Wow.
What's
Obstructions.
unusual about this?
Well, she was young, and she was the first one.
I mean, people die of cardiac arrests.
Yeah, the other one died in a weird car accident.
A weird. What was?
I'm just
a
letting you know.
weird car accident.
Their preacher.
What was it, like a clown car?
The preacher.
The fact of the matter is that so many people died.
Was the
who are
horn
on
like?
movie set.
The evil preacher in the Poltergeist 2, he died undergoing heart lung transplant.
Sounds pretty standard. Took his lung out.
That's not standard.
People die.
How was that standard?
People die in surgery.
Oh, speaking of people dying during surgery.
Like, if you tell me that, like, I don't know, he went to Walmart and the Walmart sign fell on his head out of nowhere.
Like 90% of that cast
Hold
is
on.
dead.
Hold on. I want to
It's
say
an
this.
old movie.
I want to say this before I forget.
Go for it.
Yo, you need to listen to the Dr. Death podcast.
Okay.
Really fucking good, especially about this spine surgeon. Yeah, but he's a total fuck up. Like he fucks up everybody's surgery.
Oh, I saw
and
this.
there's like 20. He kills like 20 or 30 people.
This is like one of the Baldwin guys are in that. There's a movie.
He's supposed
Or
that
a
just came
TV
out.
show.
No,
Yeah, I
that
just
just
saw
came
it.
out. But Lindsay told me that that's not actually based on a real Dr. Death guy.
Oh, okay.
But if you look up Dr. Death podcast, it's fucking like it's really, really, really fucking good. Like this
I'll
dude,
check that out.
and like the hospital.
Good
just,
because he's so bad.
I mean, it's interesting.
Do you
One,
remember the
one
show?
of them was murdered. That's not standard.
Do you remember the show?
I mean, people get murdered every day.
Remember the show
Josh.
1,000 Ways to Die?
Oh my god,
Okay,
that's such a great show.
If they had died one of those weird ass ways, then I'd have said, yeah. There's
what
something
was
weird.
the intro? It's like every day we face 1,000, something like that.
I can't remember.
Oh, it's a
They need to
great
bring
intro.
Spike TV back.
It's
yeah,
still- it's
all
still
those
famous.
all those videos are on YouTube though. Like the lady who accidentally smothered herself with her own titties.
That's scary.
Yeah. Don't ever get drunk and then decide you want to stretch. Okay, so this lady had like huge boobs because she was a stripper and she bought like those stupid like double
Giant.
X's or whatever, right? And so when her back would hurt, she would do that machine that like hangs you upside down. But the problem is she like was high on pills and drinking and then did the machine and then fell asleep and then like her boobs were like So she like basically.
So the pills and drinking just didn't have anything to do with her going into,
No, the pills and drinking absolutely did.
Yeah.
Because she was already labored breathing from drinking, and then she's hanging upside down. That closes your airway, and then lastly, her boobs just finished her off.
Damn.
Yeah.
I guess there's
So
worse ways to go.
If you told me she was in Poltergeist,
oh my God,
I'd have been like, "There's some freaky shit going on."
So, which one of these intros do you remember from that show? There was actually, I didn't know this. There was actually 2 intros.
I don't remember either one.
I don't remember.
The first one was, it says the human body is remarkably resilient. Every day we fight a new war against germs, toxins, injury, illness, catastrophe. The fact that we survive it all is a miracle because every day we face.
Sounds like a really long
It's
intro.
true. I don't know how I'm still alive.
What's the time you almost died?
That's on the wheel, man.
Shit. I mean, there's probably been a couple.
Okay, before we go there, I want you to think about it. We were talking about villains in movies earlier, right?
I can tell you when they almost died. When you went from Dickinson all the way to Deer
Yes.
Park with your freaking spoke broke.
Yeah, it wasn't my spoke. I got 3 of my
Yeah, that
my
thing.
bolts and my rear tire on my motorcycle
Oh,
out,
yeah.
and I
That
was on
could've
that
been bad.
huge overpass. I had
could've
no
been
idea.
bad.
We would have had an opening.
So I took it to the bike.
Damn, Josh.
All right, this guy. Can we have an opening for a new producer?
We have technically 2 because one barely shows up. So
But I took my bike to the shop, and the guy was like, apparently it happens all the time.
Do you believe in God now?
you know why? Harley
No.
Davidson.
There
She
was another
believes
one
in
in there
Harley
that was a
Davidson.
Honda,
Harley Davidson.
and it was a custom bagger build, and it lost all the bolts on its rear tire.
When you want to live your life one
Fucking
ride at a
weird.
time.
That's crazy.
Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
Anyway, so speaking of villains in
I like it.
movies, there's a couple movies that came out. Cruella.
Haven't seen him.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
Haven't seen it.
Nobody's
And
seen it yet?
And I heard that soundtrack was awesome.
It was. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I was not going in with very high hopes. Emma Stone is a very talented
I
actress.
love Emma Stone.
She's pretty amazing.
And it made me start thinking about some of the great villains. Like Cruella de Vil is one of the great villains
She was like my favorite bad guy.
of Disney movies for
You
sure.
wanted
Or
to
maybe
kill
all
dogs.
movies.
How was that your favorite villain?
Because that fur coat was fire.
Okay, so check this out. It made me start thinking though, because obviously this movie tries to make an antagonist more of a protagonist, right? So basically trying to justify Cruella's psychoticness. Is that a word?
Yeah. It's like
And yeah, it basically wants you to like. It's basically making this villain a sympathetic figure. Like, oh, but I don't want to give away the movie, but like, oh, she went through this when she was a child, so that's why it's okay. She likes to kill puppies.
Why do I feel like there's something bigger coming here?
What?
Like,
In the movie?
all these movies coming out now. Disney's putting out all these movies.
Oh, where they had to have a
glorifying
message?
villains and
Where they had to have a message?
Actually,
no,
that's
they're
already
all-
a thing because apparently, if you go back, there's like this whole theory on. There's a theory
Time out.
on the Cruella
Because they
villain.
also did Maleficent.
Yes.
Was the villain
That was
of-
actually
and
really
I
good.
love
That was
her.
good.
That was a good movie.
That's another villain that we're making a sympathetic figure out of. When are we gonna make a figure?
It's called equality,
Time out.
Nick.
When are we gonna make a sympathetic figure out of a male villain?
A male?
Where's the Jafar movie? I want to know why Jafar was an asshole.
Far.
Let's find out what Mufasa did to
Or
Scar.
Scar. Yeah. What about Scar?
What did Mufasa? I mean, because Scar killed him, so he must have done something really fucked up, right?
Well, Scar wanted to be the king, and then he,
They're never gonna make a male villain a sympathetic figure because that's not woke enough.
Oh,
It's only the female.
here we
villains.
go.
There it was.
Only the female.
There's
Okay.
what you were talking about, Naomi. There
come
it is.
back in a couple seasons, and we will rehash this up when there's a male
Now
villain.
that you think about it,
Okay, so what
I'm
other
trying
male
to
villains
think of
are
a male
there?
villain.
Yeah, there's not too
Scar,
many of them.
Jafar,
Jafar.
Disney?
Pacifier.
Is this Disney specific? I feel like this is the most.
Okay,
I've ever used this
Disney has
computer.
lots of male villains.
I'm doing it right now. Oh, there's a list.
Ooh,
I like it.
I love Disney lists.
Click on this.
Hold on, I
The
want to
Shadow
about
Man
more.
from Princess and the Frog.
This is the official list of every
Ooh, I
evil
love the Shadow Man,
business.
that voodoo.
Yeah,
The Big Bad Wolf, their little pigs.
yeah. Where's his movie?
Asmosis Slade from Fox and the Hound. That won't be touched. C and M from Lady and the Tramp, the Siamese cats.
Those are the villains.
Why won't that be
Yeah.
touched?
That's not the villains of the
Have
movie.
you actually looked at them and how they're drawn?
Because
Because
they
they're
look
Siamese.
Chinese.
No, it's because they're caricatures of Chinese.
They're Siamese.
That's the villains in the movie.
Yeah, the real villains here is.
I thought the dog catcher was the villain.
I don't know. Edgar Balthazar from The Aristocrats. Let's see.
Yeah. He was a
was
whack villain.
Balthazar the.
He was the butler. Who
Prince
the
wanted-
John.
butler.
Yeah, he
I
wanted
don't
to-
remember his name was Edgar.
Stinky Pete from Toy Story. He's a villain.
Yes,
But you got his story.
The
his
teddy
story's
bear.
in it.
The teddy
Lotso.
bear. He was a bastard.
That bear, I swear to God.
Yeah, but I guess they kind of tried to make Lotso a sympathetic figure.
But see,
Sid.
but you saw his
yeah,
backstory.
where's Sid's movie?
Yeah, okay.
We need to find out why Sid's so fucked up.
Let's see what else is on here. Oh, Clayton from Tarzan, the hunter.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I never saw Tarzan.
Percival
Phil
Let's think about
McLynch.
movies I haven't seen.
Percival McLynch, The Rescuers Down Under.
I love the
Oh,
that was a
Rescuers
good
Down
one.
Under.
That was a
Yeah,
good
where's
one.
his
Captain
background
Hook.
story?
We got Captain Hook. We got a whole dang movie.
Hated that
Hook.
movie.
Hook wasn't
was
Hook
horrible.
wasn't his backstory.
You hated
though.
Hook?
Fucking
There's
hated
lots
it.
No,
of-
Hook was amazing, but Hook wasn't his backstory. That was more of a like
That was
after.
Peter Pan
that
all
was
grown
after,
up.
Yeah, it was Peter Pan grown up.
Let's see
basically.
here. Ooh, Governor Ratcliffe from Pocahontas.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, Syndrome.
We're not
from
gonna
The
get any
Incredibles.
movies. We're not gonna get any movies making us feel sorry for those guys though.
Here you go.
They were. Yeah,
Prince
they were not
Hans.
Prince Hans. What was he?
What's
in?
he in?
Frozen.
I was gonna say Frozen.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Hades. Dude, if they made a Hades, I would be the first in line. Not
James
even
Woods
gonna
is
lie.
dead, though.
I think a Hades
James Woods is not
movie would
dead.
be really
James
cool.
Woods is dead.
He's not dead.
I think James Woods is dead.
I'm
Who's
almost-
James Woods?
Like recently.
The guy that plays
Guy
the
who
voice.
voiced Hades.
There we go.
Is he
again.
alive?
Fact checking now. Fact
I
checking
thought he died
now.
recently.
Let's see. He is 74 years old.
I like
and he
him.
is still currently living.
Okay.
Yes.
What about did we make Darth Vader a sympathetic figure? With the prequels?
You-
Yes.
He
yes,
doesn't have.
Yes.
I was about to say Anakin.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Is he
Gas-
sympathetic?
Gaston.
Like so now we feel sorry for him?
Gaston
Yes.
would be fun.
Yeah.
Darth Vader is my
Okay.
absolute favorite because of that story. Anakin.
Yeah.
Jafar's on here. Scar's on here.
Okay, so we have one guy.
Cinnaborg from Fantasia.
Fantasia.
I never saw that.
There is no bad guy in
There's
Fantasia.
no bad guy in Fantasia. Fantasia doesn't even have one single plot line.
Yeah.
Fantasia's just.
It says this is
It's
the
just
villain
beautiful.
of a kids movie. Most Disney villains have at least some humanity, but Cinnaborg is a pure monster who forces the dead to perform his depraved, sadistic bidding. The Night of the Bald Mountain
Okay.
segment in Fantasia makes a regular appearance in every kid's nightmare. Boom.
I like
Villain.
that guy though.
And then their number one. Do you care to guess what their number one is?
What's the number one Disney
Can you
villain
give us a
of all
hint?
time? Is it Ursula?
We've talked about it.
Ursula's gonna be next.
We've talked about it.
We've talked about this villain.
Yes.
Scar?
Nope.
We talked about it on this episode.
Cruella de Vil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can go with
Because
that.
her name is Cruella.
I don't know. I
gonna
love
have to watch
I love
Cruella.
Hades. Hades. That
Hades would be good.
him doing that role again would be fun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Definitely a lot
I
of
think
sass.
Cruella's probably the goat of Disney villains, though. I'd give her that.
I mean, if you're considering Disney like cartoons, yes.
I would say Ursula too.
Because you gotta remember,
Ursula
Marvel's
was-
technically Disney.
I'm talking like classic.
Marvel
Disney
is Marvel.
villains.
It's owned by Disney.
Yeah.
Disney owns everything.
For real.
Did you guys watch Loki?
No, it's on my list.
I've watched the first episode.
but I have seen. So apparently, did you know? So you know, Endgame was the last movie we've had. Technically, in the timeline, if you go back on Disney Plus, that Loki is actually before WandaVision.
I need to finish watching WandaVision.
You will be so
yes,
proud
you
of
do.
me.
What's up?
In my little absence here, I have started watching the movies in order.
Okay.
Have you?
I have.
really good.
In timeline
And-
order or in the order that they were released?
In timeline order.
Timeline
Okay.
order is the best.
And I'm a little bit obsessed.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Well,
Yeah.
they started showing these movies like on TBS or something. I've been catching them on
TNT?
TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I started watching them, and a lot of them I have seen, so I'm rewatching them in order. And I mean,
I think you should watch them in order released first and then timeline order.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it.
Yes,
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
to.
yeah.
Okay, so
because
the
if you
great
watch
segment-
it, time out. If you watch it in timeline order, then the after credit scenes are gonna fuck you up.
Okay, great segue.
Well, nobody watches those after you've already
Well,
seen
then
the
I won't.
first
Then
time.
I
Great
won't
segue.
finish the
But
credits.
she hasn't seen them all. She
Great
hasn't seen
segue.
those movies. Go
What
for
is
it.
the proper way to watch the original 6 Star Wars in release or
Oh, I don't like Star Wars.
Chronological.
Star
Well,
Wars.
no, we
Chronological every time.
time out. No,
Star Wars is stupid.
do you do 4, 5, 6?
if
1,
you're
2,
watching
3?
if you're watching Star Wars for the very first time, you need to start with A New Hope.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
The reason that is,
I like Star Trek.
I started to argue with someone.
Now,
online
do you
with
watch
it.
Star
the
Trek's
do
a
you
pretty
watch
good
the
one.
original
Star Trek.
trilogy and then go to the prequels, or do you watch the original trilogy and go to the most recent
I
trilogy?
watched the original
George
3
Lucas was a
and then
horrible
prequels.
director.
Right.
The reason that is, and the reason and let me see if me and you are on the same wavelength. The reason I say that you're wrong. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. The reason that is because the buildup of the big reveal in Empire makes 0 sense, or you already know it's coming if you've watched 1 through 3.
Right. But most people who've never even seen Star Wars know I Am Your Father. Like, people
Well,
who've
see,
never seen Star Wars know that.
That's how I felt about Back to the Future. Like, I've heard it so many times that I was like, all right, I get where it's from, but do you really get it?
You have to experience the way it was originally.
I did
intended.
spoil the fact that Luke and Leia were brother and sister. Whitney did not know that.
Spoiler alert.
All right,
Watch
here's
out,
another
guys.
question.
If you haven't watched Star Wars, it came out like 40 years ago. You
Okay,
don't
so
care.
here's another question, and it's blasphemy. Okay.
Oh, I like these.
Do you, at this point, remake those older Star Wars movies?
No, because they've already been remade. Because George Lucas don't know how to stop putting shit in it.
I say leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Just leave it alone.
You can
Did
make
you
it
see-
so much better with the technology we have now.
But did you see in Return of the Jedi, they did replace Darth Vader's image at the very, very end with Anakin's.
When he came out with the special
or whatever
editions,
his actor
when he came out with the
changed
special,
everything.
he changed everything. He imposed Hayden Christensen
Yes.
into
original.
Return of the Jedi.
Y'all, oh my God.
He
Hayden
put Ian
Christensen.
McDermott's picture as the he
He
did a lot.
Everything.
That's stupid.
He made Han break his neck because he didn't want him to shoot first.
What?
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
And the original one, and in the original cut of Star Wars, Han Solo shoots first. And everything you've seen now, if you go get the special edition and you watch it, what's his name? Guido shoots half a second before him.
Yeah, Guido's always done. I don't think they changed that in the
I
new.
promise you. I promise you.
Okay.
If you go here's your homework. Go watch the one that's on Disney Plus right now. He shoots a millisecond before, and there's an edit because what they've done is they've taken a steal of Han and they've made him do this, and he shoots. The original cut was Han shot first, but they
I haven't
changed
seen
it.
the original. The last time I saw the original was on VHS.
They changed it because they wanted everyone to sympathize with him. If he shot first, it made him a cold-blooded killer straight off the bat.
Man, that's dumb. But okay. So, but in your in what you were saying, I would start with the original and then
A New Hope.
The saddest part of all of Star Wars, other than Anakin, obviously,
Someone took the higher ground.
Rancor. When Rancor died, when they crushed him, I loved him.
And you're not going to say when he slaughtered the younglings that's not a sad part?
No, I said other than Anakin.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was sad.
Yeah. But we didn't get any backstory on that, so it didn't really hit you.
That
you know?
didn't hit me.
Yeah.
But Rancor.
I like Jar Jar.
No.
I thought Jar Jar was pretty cool.
My kids only want to watch
Okay.
the one with Jar Jar.
Okay. So you like Jar Jar?
It was a joke, Nick. It
no,
was a
he
joke.
said he likes Jar Jar.
I looked like Jar Jar. Fuck you
He
guys.
said he likes Jar Jar. He thinks that Austin Powers is the worst movie ever made.
It is so stupid.
Me so like Austin Powers.
I just want to say that I absolutely, as soon as we started watching Goldmember, I was like, oh, I got to take a picture of this movie. I got to take this picture.
I
of the
can't
movie
wait
and
to
put
watch it
on
with
chat.
my kids because it's going to be really funny.
I just feel like I can't
Smoking a
vibe with you
pancake?
on movies, dude. But
No,
so
I'm the
this
worst.
is my thing. I know you've already started,
Oh, what's
but
that?
I recommend watching the movies first in the order that they were released, because they were released that way for a reason, and
Because that's
someone
when
screwed up.
production costs.
Yep, exactly.
They had to make their money on Iron Man first.
Yeah.
well, see, I mean, they didn't know how Iron Man being a success was they were not.
right.
It was a gamble. They
Let me
didn't
put
know.
it to
I
you
will
this
tell you-
way.
Go ahead.
I am not a cinephile. I've got better shit to do with my time than sit on my ass and watch movies all damn day.
Right.
And if I'm going through 29 movies, I'm going to watch them once in one order, and that's it.
I will tell you this: if you wanted to be
So you started
true-
with Captain America?
I did, and it
Okay.
was so good.
Now, let me ask you, because there are 3 movies that are not on Disney Plus.
the Spider-Mans.
There's 2 Spider-Mans and an Incredible Hulk. So are you going to watch those?
I'll find them whenever I get to it because I Googled the list.
But in which order are you going to?
I don't know.
There's
Whatever the
actually an
list
order.
tells me.
I
Whatever
was
the
gonna
list
those
say-
tells
aren't
me.
on the MCU timeline though, are they?
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
Are they?
Yeah. The
Wait, which
one with
Spider-Mans?
Edward. No way home.
Homecoming.
No, Homecoming and
Far From Home.
Far From Home.
That's because those aren't owned by
Sony.
Disney. Those
They're
are the only
Sony.
Marvel movies that aren't owned by Disney. That's
and
why it's
then
not
they
on there.
count the
I
one
see.
with Edward Norton as the actual canon.
Really? That one
Yeah.
that one sucked.
But if you want to even go a step
was better than
further, there is a guy
Eric
on
Bana
Reddit.
one.
I'm not going to look for it because I'm sure it's buried deep. That he has set down with all the footage, including the on the DVD or the Blu-rays when there was like the little shorts that was on there. I can't remember. There was one about like a group of guys that found one of the alien weapons after the Battle of New York, and then there was one about Trevor, the fake Mandarin. But anyway, he combined everything in chronological order. It's like a freaking 9-hour movie, but it's everything.
You lost me.
Yeah. It's
You're
crazy.
talking about the after credit scenes?
No, I can't remember what it's called. There was like it was called like Marvel something. There was one that had to do with
Yo, when do you start keeping snacks up here?
yeah.
I just need a beer fridge.
I'm fucking hungry.
All right, we can start wrapping it up because we've been all over the place. But
Well, we got to do
I
the
feel
list you
you.
put on there. gotta
we
go
will.
over the
We'll
list.
do that as a special segment. We'll get an
One shots. Marvel one shots. That's what it's called.
Okay.
But you didn't even know what that was, did you?
I've heard of it.
So it's
Like if you want to get down to it, there's also you have Agent Carter, the show.
those are no longer canon.
You have the Agents of Shield.
Those are no longer.
That's a
canon.
really good show. You never watched Agents of
What do you
Shield?
mean they're
Watch
no
it.
longer canon?
They're no longer canon to the original timeline
Did you?
Since
Which one's
when?
not?
since Loki.
Since Loki?
Yes.
Okay.
And Loki trumps.
Have you finished Loki?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't say anything. I got.
I
Did
won't. I
you?
won't.
Did you?
You get what
see-
I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see the story about the guy that dresses up like a SHIELD agent every Halloween and he just goes around to all the Marvel kids and trying to recruit them?
That is legit.
That's
I love that.
That's great.
Unless he's a pedophile, like that could be.
That's not fun. See,
No,
why'd
I
you-
don't think so.
Why'd you take something so wholesome and
God
just
damn it,
ran
Nick!
it into the ground?
because
just
that's
saying.
what our society.
If you were a
does these
pedophile,
days.
what would you do? You'd dress up like a SHIELD agent and go try to recruit little kids in
Well,
fucking.
we know what Nick
Well,
would do.
and I don't think he was an old guy. He was like a
I wanna go to a
college
Comic-Con.
kid.
We should all go. to
Comic
one.
I
Palooza
would-
just
we
happened.
just had it this past
Oh, really?
weekend.
Well,
Y'all,
Yeah.
I'm super good at special effects makeup. I will hook y'all up.
We'll go next year.
I wanna go.
As a team.
We'll go as a podcast team.
I'll be Chewbacca.
We can be the Fantastic Four. Look, we got the Invisible Woman.
Yeah,
Okay.
just don't. Show
I'll be
Go ahead. Go
I'll
ahead.
be the Thing.
No,
Or not the Thing.
Wow.
What's his name?
Who's the leader of it? Because that's what you need to be.
No, that's this guy.
Wait, what movie are we
Mr.
gonna watch?
Incredible or Mr. What's his name? Not Mr. Incredible. Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
And then you be Johnny Storm, and I'll be It is the Thing.
It is a thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I'll be him.
Is that the only 4-person team there is in Marvel?
Yeah, pretty much.
What are the Guardians? How many? No, not
There's like
them.
6 of them.
Yeah.
There's actually ones that's not even in the movie.
Oh,
I'm down for the anime.
You have to go back and look at it. Tony Stark is actually part of it.
Okay, so
in
we'll be
one
the
series.
Fantastic
really?
Four.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
We'll be the Fantastic Four.
let's do it. I'm down. We're gonna paint.
Or
you,
we
though.
can get our family.
No, time out. So if you're gonna be the Thing, you're gonna have to be legit about it. You're gonna have to put that blue Speedo on.
The
and
Thing
then we're-
doesn't have a Speedo.
The original comic book, yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, here we
him
go
right
again.
now.
Here we
Dude,
go.
make it a thong speedo.
Going back
I
to
mean,
the-
if you're
The
gonna
Thing
go, let's.
does not wear a Speedo.
Okay, we're gonna go back to the survey over here.
No, he does wear a speedo.
Thank you.
Yeah, he
He
does.
does not wear a
He does.
Speedo.
He does.
Oh my god, the original comic book wears a Speedo.
All right, let's see it.
It's not like a banana hammock, but it's
Yeah,
a
it's
speedo.
not anything crazy. But he definitely wears one.
I'm gonna get a Speedo for my husband.
This is definitely a pair of underwear, Nick. Look at that. That's the original.
That's not the original.
That's
Go-
the
That is the original.
Oh, my.
Bro, he's
Shorts.
wearing
He's got
pants
little
over
booty
there.
Shorts.
Yeah, that's the movie version because I didn't want to put a big rock thing in there.
Bro, turn that around.
Oh, he'll be putting
That
a big
is an
rock thing in there, all right.
That is an extremely new picture of the thing in that
This?
Speedo. Yes.
That is what?
That's from the comic. It's a comic drawing.
You are blind, Nick.
Bro.
Okay, here we go. Here's a great one. It has a date on it from July. Look, he is wearing a Speedo, Nick.
They're like wrestling shorts.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a Speedo. Though.
I'm gonna call that. What?
They're boy shorts.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of
It
stopped.
doesn't
right
matter
where
because it's all
crotch
going to
is.
be a suit anyway.
No,
Okay.
it's not. We're gonna paint you. That's what.
Yeah, I'm
we're
gonna paint
definitely
you.
That's where I was going with that.
Man, that would
No,
take so
I want to
long.
wear a rock suit. I want it to look like rock.
We can do that. She's the greatest makeup artist.
I did not say that.
We just get like a bunch of foam pieces
man.
and like make them look like rocks and then glue it onto his skin.
That's a great
cut this stuff
idea.
up, get some more of this, and cut it up and just stick it to you. We'll paint it orange. See?
Okay.
You
Oh,
did
we're
this to
doing
yourself.
this. We're doing this.
Before we move on.
You done messed up.
No. All right. I also saw Black Widow. Anyone see that yet?
No,
not
don't
seen
talk
I
about it.
haven't. I've heard.
Spoiler
really good
alert,
things
she
about
dies.
it.
We were supposed to watch it
Are you
last night.
serious?
She died in Endgame.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
That's not a spoiler.
All right, I didn't think about that. Okay.
She's about to be, you son of a bitch.
She's like, wait, no, you're right. You're right. She did.
I enjoyed the movie. One of the critics said it was the best Marvel movie, period. That was stupid.
Was he smoking crack?
Yeah. However, I feel like
With
the
that
movie
being said, what is your favorite?
time out. The movie would have been better if it had come out after Civil War.
The
Because
release
that's
was
the-
too long.
That's the time that it goes from basically from Civil War to Infinity War is what it's filling that gap.
Was it delayed at all because of COVID?
It was all because of COVID. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be released last year.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
that,
but Civil War came out like 3 years ago.
Like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, it should have come out.
Yeah. Civil War came out like a long time ago.
I just
to the
watched
survey.
Civil War for the first time. That was
Civil War is really
That was
good.
the first time I saw Ant-Man. I was like, they're literally making shit up now. And then I was schooled by my husband. And, and Captain Marvel, I was
Yeah,
like,
but
what
you should
the
have
fuck?
watched Ant-Man before Civil War. See? Mm.
It was one of the ones I caught on TV. I'm not to that point yet, so I
okay,
will rewatch
okay.
it in order.
There you go.
So, Civil War actually came out in 2016.
Yeah, so like
Yeah,
5 years
like
ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago now. Yeah, if this Black Widow movie would have come out after that, it would have made a lot more sense. I mean, it made sense, but like you already know.
Don't say anything else.
Well, something I read something else that this, not the Loki one. What's the other one? WandaVision. It technically should have came out before WandaVision.
Loki should have been before.
No, the Black Widow should have been before WandaVision. So it should have been Black Widow, WandaVision, Loki.
Yeah, you just said WandaVision should have came out before WandaVision, so I was kind of confused.
Is that what it said?
Wait, what should have come out before WandaVision?
Black Widow.
Black Widow should have come out after Civil War. Yes.
No.
Should have
Yes,
came out a long time
because
ago.
of the end credit scene. Because the end credit scene introduces somebody that should have already been introduced.
Somebody.
Does that make
Some-
sense?
No,
Body once
the
told
end
me.
credit scene introduces somebody who was in Black Falcon.
Singing that for
Or was in
now.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
No, but her role was revealed in WandaVision. But if you think about it, it was supposed to be introduced in Black Widow, but we already knew that was coming because it's kind of hard to talk about this without being spoiled.
Did you watch Black Widow?
I have not.
Then why do you know about the end scene?
Because I'm a person,
person
that looks
in the
up
end
movies
scene-
even though I haven't seen them.
And you spoil it?
He gives his own spoiler alert.
That's so wrong.
All
Who
right.
does that?
I'm
Right.
the kind of guy that like we're watching the movie and I'm like, oh, I wonder what happens next. And I
Oh
look
my
up the movie.
gosh.
Oh my God, fucking Lindsay
All right.
does that shit.
My husband, he
She
does
ruins.
that.
I forgot what we were
I don't
watching.
say anything. I'm just like,
Oh, we were watching.
My wife
uh,
does that, and it pisses me off.
We were watching Blacklist.
She looked up
Anybody watch
all of
Blacklist?
the
No.
Masked
Okay,
Singer
well-
reveals.
Whatever.
I love
okay,
Anyways,
that's
Masked
trash.
Singer.
That's not even funny.
She did. She looked them all up.
The
I was
Masked
watching it.
Singer is legit. They're getting some really good people on that show. Like, I love it. And I just love the costumes. They're great. So that's
They're
the only
good.
like show on TV that I'll watch with my kids.
All right, before we run this Myriad mobile ad, really quick, you were saying, also, I'm sorry, we forgot, Space Jam also came out.
Nope.
Anyone watch?
Trash.
awful. It was so stupid.
Wasn't good.
It was to stroke LeBron's ego.
Yes, it was a very
I
long.
watched it
It
for
was
4
all about
minutes.
It was a
and
very
I-
long LeBron. No, the messaging was good. It was just poorly executed.
So I watched 2 minutes of it and I turned it off. The 2 minutes was actually the trailer, so I didn't watch it.
yeah.
I didn't like the original. I didn't like even as a kid. I was probably
We
like,
won't go there because
Wow.
we'll be talking for another half hour.
nope. Nope. I don't like basketball or Looney Tunes.
So
Think you still
you don't like Looney Tunes?
I don't like
No.
Looney
Who
Tunes either.
found this host? Good God.
What is
We got 3 openings here at the Smells Like Pinoy's podcast. 2
the Looney
producers and a
Tunes are what
co-host.
saved the first Space Jam because the acting obviously was bad. Other like Wayne Knight and Bill Murray were great in that movie.
Bill Murray
but
is
the
amazing.
Looney Tunes were actually like funny and it was they acted like they did in the cartoons.
I did not like Looney Tunes.
The Looney
growing
Tunes
up.
in the new Space Jam were not funny at all.
I don't know.
The only thing that I hope comes out of it is they do more Looney Tunes.
Well, they already
Well,
came
there's-
out
there's
with 2
stream-
movies.
They're streaming, and Looney Tunes is streaming.
Yeah.
like a brand new Looney Tunes.
Yeah, but they've drawn it into like the
I
Cartoon
think that
Network
promoted
style.
Looney Tunes. I think that was the whole point of it.
It's
honestly.
not. There's your like new episodes of Looney Tunes that are streaming on Paramount, I think, or
Yeah, it's Paramount and HBO.
HBO.
I think.
HBO has a new one.
is it HBO? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. But yeah, so that was another review that I wanted to give. It wasn't great, but I've seen mixed reviews. I heard one person argued that it's a kids movie, so fuck you. I'm like,
That was your brother.
Your brother?
right? No, he wasn't the only one. There was multiple people who said that.
That movie clearly, yes, it's a kids movie. It's obviously
That doesn't mean it has to be trash.
exactly. If you look at the marketing, everything about that was to appeal to the people that watched the original one.
That's an insult to kids. No, absolutely.
That's what it was.
They knew kids were gonna like. That's the thing.
Regardless.
They knew kids as long as there's cartoons and shit blowing up and a couple fart jokes. I thought the ball joke, the ball return, like the automatic ball, like it showed promise at the
was
beginning.
kinda funny.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of funny. It showed promise at the beginning.
But after that, like after the first 5 minutes,
Yeah, it
you
was all
knew-
downhill from there.
You knew it was gonna suck.
But no, that movie was like trying to romance people who remembered all these old movies that
Bring
Exactly.
up some nostalgia.
yeah.
and it was poorly executed. And
I think Warner Brothers going broke. They're like, we need to come out with a movie that just shows all of our shit so people start watching some of the
Yeah.
old
Oh, we
stuff
should go
again.
watch that movie.
There is
That's exactly what it is.
there are some excellent children's films.
You think
Like,
Warner Brothers
that's
is
not one
going
of them.
broke?
I'm just saying, like,
The only thing I'm going to say is we
I mean, the movie studios were
Right.
pretty much shut down for an entire year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but Warner Brothers they've got
Yeah.
hands in
They've probably
a
got
lot
residual-
of companies.
Yeah.
I didn't know Warner Brothers own Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers owns a lot.
Had
They
no
own
clue.
Adult Swim, which also
it's a Warner
owns-
company. Yeah.
I love Adult Swim. I mean, I used to fall asleep to Adult Swim
I
when I,
did
was in
too.
high school every single day.
Metalocalypse. Fucking love that
loved
show.
Metalocalypse,
Adult
but
Swim
I loved-
and chill going on at Naomi's house.
Oh yes, but I loved all the anime. I loved like Inuyasha. Oh,
Inuyasha was pretty good.
I swear
loved
to God, you're
Inuyasha.
literally an extension of my wife.
Dragon Ball Z. That
I
was
love her.
terrifying.
I would ask her to hang out with me, but I think she's too introverted to do it.
No, she'd probably hang out with you.
And our specialty
Yes.
segment,
We'll do Adult Swim and chill.
Naomi is going to reenact her favorite scene from her favorite anime show.
Let's do it.
Let's get a Myriad mobile ad, and then we'll do this specialty segment real quick. If you've listened to us this far, thank you so much for hanging in while we just go all over the place.
We're actually not that. Go ahead. Let me know after this.
Good job, Josh.
You're welcome.
Let's get that Myriad mobile ad, please. Hey guys, it's Nick Stevenson again, here to tell you about my friend Brian Wells and his mobile welding and mobile mechanic service, Myriad Mobile. Brian has been welding for over 20 years and he will let his work speak for itself. Welding repairs, whether they're industrial or residential, wrought iron fencing, he can repair that old rusty fence and repaint it, or he'll even build you a new one. Oh, and in case you missed it, that's right. I also said that Brian offers mobile mechanic services. You need a part changed? Your brakes or your oil change? Why not do it from the comfort of your own home? Myriad Mobile will come to you. So whether it's an industrial or residential welding repair, or you need a new fence, or you don't want to drive or have your car towed to the mechanic shop, then call my friend Brian Wells at Myriad Mobile. The number to call is 713-538-6938. That's 713-538-6938. Myriad Mobile, welding and car repair. Tell them that Nick from the Smells Like Middle Age Spirit podcast sent you.
Yeah, bitch.
Alrighty.
I
Not
like
you,
that
Brian.
song.
Oh, did I get that in there?
Yeah, bitch.
My bad.
Yeah, you guys give Brian at Myriad Mobile a call for all of your welding and car repair needs. All right, real quick, this specialty segment, it's called Rapid Fire. This time, there's a lot of celebrities who have been in some legal predicaments. Most recently, we talked about, Cosby getting out. But a lot of people are mad that Cosby's out because they think he did it. I don't know what evidence other than just...
Word of mouth?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he got out on a technicality. Basically, they let him out because...
They messed up.
Yeah. A prosecutor was like, you can tell me and I won't put you in jail.
So...
And then he told him, and they're like, gotcha, bitch.
I don't want to go on a tangent.
I don't think that would happen for somebody who's not rich.
But
probably.
If someone is like that old and you don't think that they're like a quote unquote menace to society anymore, like should they be released or should they serve their time?
Old people can still get roofies.
Yeah, but then what are they going to
do? Bill
do?
Cosby with some roofies and Viagra could be dangerous.
Is he still married or did his wife divorce him when he went to prison? They were married. Are they still married?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, so I did a book.
Homework.
I did a book report on Bill Cosby in like the 3rd grade.
You did
for Black History Month, and he was married at that time. But after that, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna rapid fire.
That's a great quality segment there, Nick.
I'm gonna rapid fire some celebrities who've been in legal hot water.
And they're still married, by the way.
We'll go in the circle. You guys tell me guilty, not guilty.
All right.
All right. We can discuss a little bit if you want. I'm going to start with Robert Kelly.
Who's that for the listeners that don't know who that is, Nick?
Robert Kelly, the R&B singer, famously known for hits such as "I Believe I Can Fly,"
"I Want to Piss on You,"
"Ignition," "Ignition Remix," "Bump and Grind."
Ooh.
He's been accused of
Peen.
sex with a minor and child pornography. Guilty or not guilty?
No comment. I don't know anything about his case. I don't even know.
There's a video of him peeing on a girl.
Legit, yeah.
The girl is also underage.
Yeah.
But was she there?
Guilty.
On her own accord?
Not guilty.
Guilty.
She's 14. That's far, far below the age of consent to be peed on.
That's gross.
Maybe she got a permission slip.
What's the age of consent?
He's
to be
still not
peed
in
on?
prison, though.
I'm pretty sure not a minor, whatever it is.
They did more than pee. That was just like the highlight, apparently.
He also...
That was the highlight?
He also had a relationship with Aaliyah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I like
that's
that.
all alleged. That's all alleged.
I mean, it's not really alleged. He forced her... Yeah, never mind.
That's all alleged. Like, no, she didn't admit that, and nor did he.
She's also dead.
It's
so
very
hard to do that.
There's a lot of circumstantial evidence that points to the fact that he had sex with Aaliyah.
One example, ready? Age ain't nothing but a number. Next.
Guilty.
Definitely guilty.
Guilty.
Definitely
all right,
guilty.
here we go. Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty on what charge?
Molesting children.
Guilty.
I don't know.
That bitch guilty.
Not guilty.
I don't think he's guilty.
Yeah, me neither. And have you watched the documentary?
Did you?
Find it Neverland.
Look at him. He looks guilty as fuck. He's a fucking creep.
You don't convict
invite
people for looking guilty.
You don't invite 15
Josh
kids
would be in
over.
prison if looking guilty was a crime.
I read something that like his dad was giving him like feeding him chemicals since he was like a young kid.
His
and he
dad
was
was
basically
not
castrated.
the role model of being a dad.
Yeah, basically like they kept him at a very young mental age.
He had a very fucked up upbringing.
Yeah, so
I'll give him
I
that.
don't.
That
I mean,
would
I'm
not absolve.
I'm not-
absolve him from.
No, and I'm not saying.
But
that
the question
either.
is, do you believe he did it, or do you believe that these parents were just after money?
I believe he did not do it.
If
And I'm just
somebody,
gonna leave it at that.
if somebody molested your child and they told you about it, who's the first person you're gonna call?
Police.
No one until I'm done disposing the body.
Okay.
Okay, the legal answer, Naomi.
Who's the first?
I will happily serve jail time if it means that I killed my kids. Like,
Okay,
bitch,
so you
send
would
me to
not
jail.
go. You would not go to the authorities.
That would
no,
be the
I'll
first
handle
one.
that bitch.
Okay,
myself.
who's the first people you would call if your child
Police.
told you? Okay.
Actually, my best friend, because we're gonna go get it done.
Okay, so you would not call the
I got
authorities either. Con?
No, I ain't calling the cops.
You're not calling the cops either?
No.
You got my
Okay.
number.
Well,
All right. We got a pack right here.
well, would you call your lawyer?
Probably.
I might give him a heads up, like, yo, I'm about to murder somebody, so.
No. I'm talking
on
about
call.
your not your criminal lawyer, your civil lawyer.
No.
Would you call a lawyer because you wanted to sue Michael Jackson for molesting your child
No.
No.
before you went to the authorities?
No.
No.
And that's what like a bunch of these parents did.
All of the parents
Money
did.
would be.
Yeah.
It would not be about the money at all.
Yeah, all of it was civil.
Keep your dirty fucking money.
That tells me, like, if somebody molested my kid, I'm here with enough level-headed to know that I have more than one child, so I would not go murder anyone. I would definitely go to the authorities. I would not call my lawyer to try to sue somebody who molested my kid. That tells me it was probably a cash grab, but that's just me. Alrighty.
I agree with that.
Next, Casey Anthony.
I don't know who that is.
She murdered her daughter.
Well, she's walking the streets today.
Well,
so
you say
according,
guilty then.
according to the law, she didn't.
Guilty.
You don't know Casey Anthony?
Who's
was
Casey
like
Anthony?
the hugest story like on the planet.
I don't watch the news. I don't watch movies.
This was like 15 years ago, though.
I don't watch shit.
It
15
wasn't that
years
long.
ago.
It was not that
That was
long.
that
ago.
It was that long ago.
Yeah, it was like 10 years, maybe. I definitely made a post on.
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
I was in college.
It's like 12 years
I
ago.
was definitely
Okay.
doing better things than.
Yeah, she was charged with first-degree murder,
All right, well,
child
let me-
abuse, and manslaughter.
Let me tell you the story.
Okay.
She moves to what city was she living in?
Somewhere in Florida.
She moves
right?
away from
Florida.
somewhere.
Of course it's
She,
Florida.
I think it was She moves away from her mom and takes her daughter with her because she was living with her parents. Like, the mom keeps calling Casey to ask to talk to the granddaughter, and like the granddaughter's never there, or if there's always some reason that she can't talk to her. So finally, the grandmother starts to worry and drives to wherever she lives and shows up, and like the kid's not there, and she's like, Casey, where's my granddaughter? And Casey tells her, well, she's with the babysitter. How long she been with the babysitter? Well, the babysitter took her like 30 days ago and hasn't brought her back.
31.
Oh, what?
31 days. Sorry. So she basically tells her that the babysitter won't give her back, and she's been gone for 31 days. And her mom's like, have you called the police? And she's like, no, I've just been trying to call the babysitter, but she's not answering her phone. So her mom calls the police because not only is that a circumstance, like they go in her car and the mom's like, this car smells like a dead fucking body's been in here.
Ew.
So she calls the police and they're like, hey, something's going on. Like, long story short, Casey Anthony takes him on this long goose chase to find this babysitter, to find out the babysitter doesn't exist. It's not even a real person.
No, it does. She does exist, but they have never met Casey, Kylie, or any member of the Anthony family.
Why would she kill her own daughter?
No, that she made up. You're talking about Zanny the nanny?
Yeah, she was real.
She was not real.
It was eventually determined that a woman named Zenata Ferenda Gonzalez did in fact exist. But
yeah,
she
but
did
she
had
didn't
never
know that.
met.
Like, she never
I
babysat.
literally just said that, Nick.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was
He
a
did
real,
just say that, Nick.
It was a real person, but
But they had never met each other.
they never
Nobody
met each
met
other.
them. Yes.
And yeah, she took him on this
Was
wild
there a
goose
reason
chase.
she killed her? Like for money?
She was,
Or
like,
life
partying.
She
She
didn't want.
insurance?
She was like, oh yeah, the whole time those 31 days.
Yeah, she was
There
partying
was
her
she was
ass
out
off.
partying, like drinking, like sleeping with different people. Like
Well,
she's
damn,
having the
I
time
like
of
to
her life.
party too, but damn.
Dude, she totally killed that kid, and she got off like because they made up this story that she said that basically what she tried to tell them that, okay, I was telling all these lies, but I didn't kill her. She drowned in the pool, and she tried to make it seem like the grandfather actually helped her dispose of the body. But the problem is that the remains, by the time they found, what was the baby's name?
Kylie.
By the time they found her, it was like they couldn't even determine what her cause of death was. And there was no physical evidence linking Casey to it. So
The fact that she prolonged it for so long
It's really interesting.
is
like,
what
yeah.
is what
the
ended up
circumstantial
killing her.
evidence says she definitely killed this kid. She also tried to use her, like in the defense, she tried to like say that her father had molested her when she was young. Like she was trying to basically, because the parents were mad at Casey. They were not on her side during this whole case. And so she tried to implicate that the grandfather helped her dispose of Kaylee's body after she drowned in the pool.
This sounds dumb.
Yeah, but Casey, like, I'm gonna go ahead and say guilty. I think the whole
What is
world-
she
Okay, I'll
doing
say
now?
guilty.
yeah.
Josh, what is she doing now? Pull that up.
What is she doing now?
Yeah.
All I know is like a
I'm
few
just
years
curious.
ago, she
Because-
did like a magazine article talking about she was trying to have another kid, and everybody was
Yeah.
everybody was pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something that came out about like she can't do anything.
Aren't they
obviously.
talking about like chemically castrating like sexual offenders or people who murder other
Yeah,
like
that-
children?
that
But
actually
she
and
was
stuff like
found
that?
not guilty. Like
She was
nothing-
found not guilty.
Yes,
Yeah,
not
she's
guilty.
found not guilty.
she got let go, like roaming free right now.
She's on the streets right now.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Look it
Yeah,
up.
it's fucking crazy.
Way
to go, Florida.
I don't see exactly what she's doing other than the story about that she was wanting to have another kid.
All right,
Florida.
here we go. OJ.
Oh man.
Guilty.
You already know my theory.
I know that story.
He's guilty, but I don't think it's the official story that we got.
You honestly think his son killed him?
I think he was involved.
Bro, go watch the documentary about that theory. At the end of it, you're gonna be like, OJ did that shit.
No, all I gotta do is watch
the
if
dude-
I did it.
the dude-
and I know who did it.
Thank you. The dude who came up with that
It was
theory.
a joke. It was
Okay.
he did it.
The dude who did that documentary though, who came up with that theory. He wrote a book and they did a documentary about it. And basically it's the guy who wrote the book who believes that the son is the murderer, trying to convince two private investigators based on evidence. And at the end of it, they're both like, yeah, OJ did this shit.
I think he did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, he definitely did it.
Okay. What do I got? Bill Cosby.
Oh, he definitely fucked those girls up.
He's
Hell
guilty
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Not guilty.
Based on what though?
What?
There's no
Like
evidence.
15 women. I don't know.
You're going.
No, it
based-
was 56 women.
You're going.
Damn, Cosby.
You're going off the word of 56 people that have zero evidence that have waited.
I do find it
Time out a
odd.
second.
I do find it odd that he had to drug people to have sex with, but he's fucking
Let me ask you a
a
question.
famous
rich.
comedian. He
If
couldn't just
you-
fuck anybody he wanted to.
If a UFO landed in the ocean and 56 people told you they saw that shit, you'd be like, maybe a UFO did land in the ocean.
Would you? Would you?
That's a completely different
56
thing.
people?
That's completely different.
56 people. That's a lot, bro.
I run into 56 people on a daily basis. Nick.
Did they all tell you Bill Cosby raped them?
No.
But what kind of evidence do you suppose that they would have exactly?
They didn't have any because
didn't
it
have
was
any.
years
They
ago.
really
Yeah.
didn't have shit.
Well, exactly. And what kind of?
The big thing for me is
But
that
they kind of got a confession out of Bill Cosby.
no, or they got a plea deal so that he can be set free.
Yeah. Plea deals work wonders.
Yeah, but he
Hey,
had to-
bro, all you gotta do,
he had to plead.
All you gotta do is you say you did it, and we're gonna get you out, man. Cool, I did it. Let's go. Let me out.
And then they put
Oh
him.
shit,
And he's
I'm in jail.
out. Oh well, he's out.
The whole
He's out.
thing's weird.
I don't think he did it.
I listened to a John. You know who John Amos is?
Yeah.
He was the dad on Good Times. I watched an interview. He was on Vlad TV, and he said that when Bill Cosby got arrested, he was not surprised because he had heard all kinds of rumors about how Bill Cosby liked to roofie chicks.
A
And
lot of celebrities came out and
Yeah.
were saying, like, yeah,
That's
this
what I
dude
say. That
is
came
definitely
out
doing
during
this
the whole Me Too movement, where there was people getting.
shit. That's what started the
aggravated.
Me Too
Well,
of it.
yeah,
one
that-
of it.
but that's why it happened.
But a lot of those were proven not to be any
No,
legitimate
they couldn't
cases.
prove.
Here's the problem: is that too many women, when something happens to them, and they feel too ashamed to go and tell the authorities, or they feel like the authorities are not going to help them. It's not going to be of any assistance. And there's a lot of people who commit these crimes and get away with it because, I mean, it's easy to say, well, you should have come out then. Why didn't you come out then? But I'm not in their shoes. There's probably a million reasons.
All of the above. They're trying to climb the corporate ladder. They're trying
Yeah.
to raise families. They're trying to do all this shit. And if
probably
they
a-
go down that rabbit hole, they're going to be ruined. That's what
Yeah.
happens. So keep your mouth shut. That's
Yeah.
what I would probably do too. And that's because women have sense.
That's
Well,
un-
like
then-
like you said
Unfortunate.
before, you know, what was the picture you said that women know other women that have been raped, but another man doesn't know anybody that is a rapist?
Yeah, I saw a meme.
Same
Somebody
thing.
was holding a sign, yeah, and it said, "How come every woman knows another woman that's been raped, but no men know another rapist?"
Boom.
Mike
I mean,
drop.
it kind of makes a point, but
It's weird.
yeah, I mean, I'm
guilty.
assuming it's because people who rape probably don't go around bragging about it, but and the ones who do are probably in prison. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Usually those kind of people do brag. Just like murder. Most murderers get caught because they brag that they killed somebody.
Not true, but most of those people get caught.
Would you know that at any point in time there's like 200 serial killers in the United States at one point in time?
Oh yeah, we remember
I
we
believe
had
that.
we had
Fun
one
fact.
here in the 90s that finally got. I don't know if they finally got caught or they died.
4 per state?
Yeah,
Or
a
mostly
serial
in
killer that
Florida?
was killing
Something like that.
killing people in Webster and Clear Lake.
Oh, it's the Texas killing fields.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually just. I actually work with somebody, that their babysitter was one of those girls.
Oh shit,
Yeah, super weird.
Oh my.
it's fucked up.
Yeah.
What a happy note to end the show on.
That's the last person you got on there.
Hold on. Yeah, the last one I got was Cosby. Who else is in legal trouble? Ray
Bell.
Rice. Oh, there's video of that.
Drake
Never
Bell.
mind.
You got Drake Bell. Drake Bell's another one.
Nobody
Bell's
knows who that is. What is Drake Bell?
It was on Disney Channel.
Drake and Josh. I know it's not
yes,
Disney Channel.
Nobody knows who that is.
Oh.
That was Nickelodeon.
That was another
What was Drake Bell accused of doing?
Some of like young kids.
Yes.
Right?
He looks like a creeper.
So the story I saw was that he was in a club, and this woman was also in an 18 and older club, and he started talking to her, and it was up until like some point they started getting sexual, like through text, and then she let him know that she was 16 or no,
And he
14,
kept pursuing?
something like that, and he kept pursuing.
That is how you get Chris Hansen on your ass.
Yeah. Well,
101.
Chris Hansen's actually in legal trouble too.
Oh, he's been in legal trouble for a while.
Yeah.
Do you know that story?
Well, see, legal. Like I just heard about it, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
about.
I can look it up.
He's in legal trouble for a lot of things. But you remember how To Catch a Predator ended? They were trying to catch like a U.S. senator, and the senator kind of got cold feet when he was talking to the decoy.
Really?
And like, so Chris Hansen kept pressuring the decoy to talk to him, and the senator stopped replying. So he was like, "Fuck this, we're gonna go to the senator's house." I think it was a senator. I don't know if it was a state or a federal senator. Anyway, they go to the house, and the senator's like, there's like a whole like standoff hostage situation because the senator won't come out of the house. Finally, SWAT busts in there, kick his door in, and he's got a gun in his mouth, and he said, "I don't want to hurt anybody," and then he blows his fucking brains
What
out.
the fuck?
Yeah.
This really happened?
Yes, that is why To Catch a Predator ended. Like,
No, are you sure?
positive.
I'm looking this up.
The next episode we'll have to pull that up. And
Blew his fucking brains out, and then
Holy
Chris,
shit!
and then Chris Hansen got sued.
Yeah.
Is the senator's wife was suing Chris Hansen and NBC.
It says the cancellation of the show was canceled in 2008 in part because Louis Cadret, an assistant district attorney in Rock County,
attorney.
Texas, way to go.
There you go.
Shot himself after being caught talking to and exchanging photos to a perverted justice volunteer posing as a 13-year-old.
So this is
When he didn't show up for a prearranged meeting, NBC and local police tracked him to his home. He committed suicide as police and NBC camera crews entered his home.
Okay, so why did his show get canceled instead of him getting some kind of award?
Because it caused a death to somebody, regardless if he was guilty.
Time out.
Regardless if he was guilty or not.
It
Time
did not
out.
cause
There's
the
no-
death. He shot himself. He did the death.
Time out.
but
There's
they
no
blocked him
evidence.
in.
There's no evidence that this guy ever had sex with a minor. With an
So he
underage.
just decided to shoot himself just because.
Time out. Only thing that he got caught doing, and if he'd have been smart, maybe it was his guilty conscience, I don't know. But the only thing he got caught doing was having inappropriate conversations with a decoy, someone he thought was 13. That's not going to stick. That's the problem with To Catch a Predator. All those people, it was funny. It was entertaining to watch them get tackled because I always loved it because Chris Hansen be like, "Oh, you're free to go." And they're like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." And then they walk outside and like SWAT's outside, like full on tackling. Like, that was great stuff, right? But none of those charges stuck on any of those people because guess what? They didn't get caught talking to an underage kid. They got caught talking to an adult who was posing as an underage kid, which there's no law that they could get anything with them for. All that does is like, I guess, put them on their radar. Like they're gonna keep a closer eye on this person now.
It's actually like entrapment or something like
Yeah,
that.
every single one of those guys was like,
Entrapment's
"I've never done anything like this before." That's all they have on the record. It could be a complete lie, but all they have on the record is that he was talking to someone that he thought was an underage child, but it's actually those volunteers were adults posing as children. And yeah, those like all of those companies got sued. Yeah, but this dude blew his brains. This dude blew his brains out, and
Yeah, this is
the
the
wife.
aftermath.
The wife was suing.
You got pictures of
Chris
the
Hansen.
aftermath?
No, it says facts from the aired
I want to see some of that
February
shit.
20th, 2007
Blood all over the
episode of
walls.
To Catch a Predator was used as part of a $100 million lawsuit by Condrit's sister against NBC Universal.
But after that was done, he started his own YouTube channel.
Dude, it's intense.
And started doing the same thing. It was called
Hansen versus Predator, I think.
something like that. So he didn't even learn his lesson from that shit because you know what? Because he was making fucking hella money, and that's why he's in legal trouble now. The legal trouble he's in now is about like not paying taxes or some
tax
shit.
fraud.
His name was Chris Hansen?
Yeah.
Chris Hansen.
Chris
Like
Hansen,
the host from Wipeout?
Chris Hansen in his prime was like the prime time NBC reporter. Like he'd gotten pretty high up there. He was like
Have a Seat with Chris
Brian
Hansen.
Williams.
That's the name of it.
No, I think it was Hansen versus Predator or some shit.
That was one of them. That was supposed to be a.
Oh, that's definitely not who I'm talking about.
That was supposed to be a program that he was trying to crowdfund through Kickstarter,
Oh,
but it
okay.
didn't happen. So in October 9th, 2019, he started a channel called Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. It's
I gotta
essentially
watch
like a
that.
But
podcast.
yeah, it's still. I mean, I always watch. It's kind of fucked up to get entertainment from that, but like the stories
For real, man.
the stories that they would come up with, like the reasons, like oh, I wasn't gonna do anything, and they go look in their car and there's like condoms, like whipped cream, like all kinds of stupid
I was just
shit.
coming over to check on him. That was
Yeah,
my favorite
like
one.
or the one dude who got busted twice. Chris Hansen's like, dude, don't I know you? And he had been on the show twice. Oh,
Great stuff.
I mean,
great stuff.
look, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, in a way, Chris Hansen was letting these people off the hook. And that's the fucked up part because these people were fucked up. They were going after kids. And by doing what he did, he kind of let them off the hook and let them go free rather than, I mean, you want to be able to catch these people before they do something, but any charges that they got, nothing would stick other than maybe some like slap on the wrist stuff. Like, it wasn't anything that was going to prevent them from doing what they were doing.
All the intent was, yes, they got arrested, and like you said, they were going to be charged with talking to a decoy.
No.
But essentially, all that happened is someone got their face plastered across the TV.
Yeah, and
now everyone-
you hope that would maybe be enough to deter them from doing that shit again. But I mean, it's not likely because obviously these people are fucking sick in the head.
No,
And,
they're model citizens.
No, honestly, but the thing is that show used to present itself as we're busting pedophiles, and then once it got exposed that none of these people are getting any jail time, then it's like that's just kind of fucked up to do this as entertainment. You know, like when you thought that maybe they were actually doing some good and getting pedophiles off the streets. But then you find out that nothing's really happened to these people.
I
They're
agree
going to jail
with-
for the night and then letting them go.
I
Well,
agree
then
with
in that
the original
case-
purpose, but maybe they should have been smarter about
Yeah, I
framing
think-
them.
Right,
I
but
think-
they were doing it for the money.
Yeah, that's exactly
That's
what
the
it was.
wrong reason,
That's what he was
man.
doing it for.
Y'all don't do nothing for the money
He
because
really didn't give a
it's
fuck.
just
Because if they didn't want to do it for the money, you don't have to put it on TV. Just go bust these motherfuckers.
oh, exactly.
There's these dudes that
Vigilante
do it
style.
on
Is
TikTok.
Chris Hansen guilty? Guilty.
Of what?
I don't know. He's getting busted for like tax fraud or something.
Everything.
He just seems like a slimy individual, bro. Like, to me. But anyway,
Did you know there's spin-offs for the show?
of To Catch a Predator?
Yeah. To Catch a Con Man. To Catch a ID Theft.
Yeah, that's what he had to do. He did those immediately after To Catch a Predator stopped.
Yeah. To Catch a Car
He
Thief.
started doing some other stuff.
To Catch a
man.
Hijack.
Have you ever watched what is it? Bait Car?
Bait car.
Great
that
show.
show is awesome.
I love Bait Car.
They also do it for money too.
All right, on the next episode, sleazy TV shows that you can't help but watch. Anybody watch Too Hot to Handle on Netflix?
Yes.
Great.
Great stuff.
Cam should have won.
Probably.
Yeah, Cam should have won. Okay. Anyway,
No idea what you're talking
want to
about.
thank everybody for listening. If you hung around this long, God bless you. We're gonna send you a T-shirt. Yeah, just let us know who you think should have won. Who we said should have won. Too Hot to Handle. What? Did you gotta edit your buttons?
I had to drop that one in there.
I'll put another one in you.
Oh my god.
I was wondering what the fuck that was. Like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. Hey, guys, I really enjoyed this conversation. I love getting together with you. Let's put our heads together and make an actual plan for good content that's not gonna cause any drama.
And why don't we go ahead and extend? Let's open it up.
An olive branch.
No, Wow.
Oh.
Yo, dog, shut up. I'm hungry. I want to go get some food.
Hey, shut the hell up.
He's extending
This
his
is your
olive branch.
first time here in like a
He's
month.
extending
Go
his
ahead and
olive
calm
branch.
down, bro.
Hey, bro,
Connor's
I got some
hangry.
groceries downstairs. Yeah.
Hope they brought it in.
Yeah, fucking Nick
You
gets
told
his
him to bring
groceries
it in, right?
delivered.
I thought I did.
I told you to tell him to bring it in.
They should have brought
Oh,
it in.
well, there's lightning outside, so they're probably all wet now.
So no,
If my groceries are still outside, somebody's getting their ass whooped.
what we need to do is go ahead and ask for those you listen to the episode. Give us an idea of what you want to see on the 50th episode.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
the
idea.
best answer.
That's great.
That's a good
The
idea.
best answer.
We're going to have to put this on social media.
We'll
as
get a
well.
t-shirt.
You know, I love the people who listen, and I know you guys are there because I checked the numbers. What I want to try to get is more audience participation. That's one thing I'm a little bit jealous of the Barbarians of the Barbarically Candid podcast. They get good audience. They do audience questions at the end of every show.
Well, they got.
Let's do
They're
it.
also consistent.
That's not true.
We're
But we'll talk about
working
that
on
later.
it. We're working on it.
Thank you. Okay.
What's more middle-aged spirit
Apparently
than
it's the
working on
summertime.
it?
Yeah. What's more middle aged than just doing whatever the fuck you want to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, we'll put our heads together. We'll come up with some episodes, and we got some guests that are supposed to be showing up.
I'm working on it.
Okay, you told me it was done.
No,
I'm not
no,
gonna
no.
say anything until it's for sure.
Yeah, no. I do have the contact information.
So it's not
I
done.
thought you talked to him.
He's on stand. No, not
You
yet.
told me to talk to him.
No, it's because we had.
You are a salesman, aren't you?
Wow.
It's in the bag, Nick.
Well,
it's in
no.
the bag. I got this.
No, so
And on that note,
I didn't reach out to him because I thought we were going to do our CRT, and so I wanted to make sure that
no,
was
that got
done.
booted. That got booted.
Well, we'll do it next episode.
it
Next
got
time there's
tabled.
an off script, I'm just gonna talk about it to myself. I'm gonna actually pretend to be two different people when I do it.
You should do blackface and do it.
But it's fine because you're half black, so it doesn't matter.
fine. You
I'll
can
just
do
paint
it.
half my face black.
There you go. And what you do is you'll need to film it where you can have only the white.
Good thing
side
nobody
over there,
listens to
and
this podcast
that's
or we'd be
great.
canceled.
No.
Wow.
Anyways, all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. Well, we'll see you guys next week. For my producers and my good friends, Joshua Beard and Chris Kahn.
What it do?
And for the best, wait, no. I'm going to let you do yours. Let me start that over. Ready? Cut that out.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay. For my producers, Josh Beard and Christopher Kahn, my name's Nick Stevenson.
And I'm Naomi Richardson, and we will catch you next time.
You've been listening to the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast. For more show content, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to visit spiritswagstore.com for everything you need to wrap your favorite podcast in style.